Hello, oh Jamilo, Castu Nankeshen Nolo. Hello, oh Jamilo, Castu Nankeshen Nolo. A green room the walk by Yafo, and Kulika Shinika Chem for one book. A green room the walk by Yafo, and Kulika Shinika Chem for one book. But she gaggy, Palungu Palungo, Shingage, Palungu Palungo. She show up and down, Kevin Pepe, but the getting down. Man can check boy night.
Your father is a rich man. Master Mix.
Hi. Sara wan bi 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 bi. Sama mama na wasa mama feeling ngene alangana woman simbele sama na ngono ngono ayo sawodomia and now one give me yo kutu kagara na mami kutu moshino wa mi sawodomia and now when give me kutu kagara na mami kutu moshino wa mi selewa aywa how my darling yo biniba chiwa how bad on me yo mama mi gogolo my baby selele bongolo wangwa mi Eli ebena uyi ubese uhame Eli ebena uyi ubese ujimi muchuru mudu ena muchuru mudu ena muchuru mudu ena muchuru mudu bend down go down awula shame wami bend down go down iraba shame wami showa sawodomia and now when give me kutu kagara na mami kutu moshino wa mi sawodomia and now when give me kutu kagara na mami kutu moshino wa mi na way Single Anga mama Dinga dada Sweet poison on the beat Obula to balen come Hey Obula to balen come Obula tiko Enala tiko Aye, Mboboli, Asoko pimpi, Asoko pimpi, Anuma rosto, Ejapia alomo, so don't you dare try me, and yes I met to any. Eba, no, Samana gono, Ying, Sana mamu no momo, Sana gafana matini mimi, Sana sana momo, Sana no mama na sanga na sine.
Hey guys, what's up? So hi bless, what's going on? So the topic today is what is it again? Oh, I am Leslie Jones, Patriarchy and land scams in Ghana. Jeez, I cannot speak. So land scams, right? Let me quickly just talk about it quickly before I show the evidence. But land scams, yeah, this is why you're not gonna hear this from a lot of Ghanaians, but I don't recommend that anyone buys land in Ghana unless you've lived there for at least 4 years, because it's like the land scam process is so bad, but Ghanaians have accepted it because, it's culture now, I guess. But Ghana's one of the worst places to buy land because the land over there is owned by chief, right? So it's owned by individuals. So the goodness of your land purchase honestly depends on individuals. Chiefs are viewed as more important than organizations, than even the president. So if a chief two times you, it's gonna be really hard to get justice. Like, Ghana's court system doesn't work. And I'm not even trying to be mean about that. Like, the court system in Ghana is stuck in the 1950s. I'm being dead serious. Like, you know how over here people go like, oh, if you do bad, I'm gonna sue you. If you do bad, I'm gonna do this, bro. Like, let me tell you, I could just pay off a good lawyer and I did something bad. Yo, that's how bad it is. So when people put faith that, oh, if something bad happens to me, I can just sue them, nobody cares about court. What scares me more is if you tell me that you're going to your family and your family is gonna deal with me. That's what I'm scared about. I'm not scared about no court, backwards court that doesn't even work. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bad that you could pay off some judges, even if you're doing the wrong. I mean, you could do that here too, but you need to be like super rich, right? So I don't have faith in the Ghanaian court system for anything, to be honest. You know how over here assault is like maybe somebody touches your hand without you knowing or without you consenting. That's literal assault that could get somebody in trouble, probably somebody fined over here. Back home, if somebody touches you, I'm not even talking about touch. I mean, like, they touch your hand or something without you knowing. That's not assault. That's just, oh, that person's bothering you. It's not assault that you can go to court and win. The Ghanaian system has so many problems. They literally told you, unless somebody rape you, unfortunately, I probably shouldn't say that word. Unless somebody take advantage of you in bed and you don't have the evidence, the DNA evidence, there's nothing we could do about it. They're so honest with you about that. So it's like, if you think going over there and somebody touch you on the street, that's assault. Maybe over here it is, but over there, nobody cares about that. You know what I mean? So there's this lady, I am Leslie, and I feel bad for her, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, that's how backwards the system is, and like, Ghanaians will lie, right? And they'll be like, oh, we should change this. They don't care about changing it. That's the part that they won't tell you. They don't care about changing the system that has been like this since the 1960s. They don't care that much. Especially the rich ones, the ones that actually have money, they don't care about changing the system. I'll just be honest here. So I'm going to go ahead and share a bit of the clip. This is the latest news in town. That watch this and we'll see what you guys think.
Out to more people, and this video needs to reach every ear. This is my story. I've been told that it's just a whole, it's just a broken system in Ghana, and this is just how things happen here. And folks, I'm shocked. I'm just shocked. So, with the popularity of people repatriating and investing in Ghana, it's important to know what system you're coming into because most of us are coming from the West, coming from UK, and have no clue what it is to be in a country that's quote unquote underdeveloped or recovering from colonization. So, there are things, especially if you're a single woman and you're very hands on like me, there's a way that now I know I have to go about things in this country. This is here in Ghana, it's a patriarchal system with very little to no accountability for fraudulent, um, unprofessional, unethical, criminal behavior. And that is what brings me here to share with you what I went through. I went through the proper ADR measures. ADR is alternative dispute resolution. It wasn't part of my plan to showcase this, but I sent them a letter with certain terms within that letter to reconcile this issue.
The agent who received the letter is named Salome Appeals on August 30th.
And they didn't respond within the 2 weeks given. My lawyer gave them another week. They didn't respond within that time. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, so allow me to be clear of who this is, of who I'm talking about. This is not an attack on Ghana, the country. This is a exposure of Casa states. The violation was done at the Abeka Junction location across from the police training station, and the representative is Salam Menu. He's part of their sales and marketing department. So bear with me as I tell my story. For those that have been following me since the beginning, I've been recording my journey, documenting it since November 2020. And I have a playlist specifically for cost because what I've experienced with them from a business standpoint has been so unprofessional and unethical that I create a whole playlist. And from, them moving my land without notifying me to sending my documents to someone unauthorized, but not sending them to me, and I'm the one that paid for them. So I was forced to fly to the country to just put my eyes on my indenture, from being threatened to once I got to the country, finding out a portion of my land doesn't even exist. Folks, this company is beyond ridiculous. I don't even know how they're still open. And so, which brings me to my story, because once I found out that my plots didn't exist, the chief of staff said, "Come to the office and let's fix this." And this was on August 15th. So I got to the office. I was there for about 5 hours. Towards the end of me waiting and then fixing my paperwork, I see Salam walk up the stairs. And so I already don't like the company. They know that I have videos out exposing their unethical and
Okay, I'm not sure why she bought land from a company she doesn't like. I don't know if that takes into anything, but if you're suspicious about a country, why did you buy the land? Something is just weird about this whole thing. Again, not saying I don't fully believe her, but the guy who she accused of stealing land from made a video saying that it wasn't as one-sided as what she's saying. But we're going to delve into that. Yeah.
unprofessional behavior. So to avoid any type of confrontation, I was editing a video. So I put my earpod in to start editing. Before I can even put the second earpod in, Salam comes, grabs my face, and forces me to look at him. And he says, "Look at me." Folks, what? Violation number one. Why are you putting your hands on my face? I'm trying to avoid you, but you want my attention, so you're going to put your hands on me to make sure you get it. Insanity. So I hit his hand off my face, and he grabs my arm. And I'm sitting down. So by this time, I'm slightly lifted because he's pulling my arm. And I say, let me go. And he's like, and I said, don't touch me. Let me go. He's like, well, I touched you. Let me touch you last time. Folks, last time I was at that office, I was with my lawyer. I've never been alone with this man. I don't know where he's getting this stuff from. I must be someone to him. I must be someone to him in his mind that, okay, anyways. So we go back and forth. I'm trying to get away from this guy. I'm trying to like release myself, and he just won't let go. And by this time, I'm focused on getting away. And so he's saying something, but I don't hear it because I'm trying to get free. And then I saw the more aggressive I got, the more aggressive he got. So I changed the tactic. I smiled. I became more feminine. And I looked at his hand and I said, why are your fingertips purple? Folks, all his fingertips were purple. I don't know what that means. All I know, I'm thinking, your hands are dirty and you're touching me? That's ew.
Okay, first and foremost, just to clear things up, the assault that she's talking about is a hand touch in the face. Not trying to be mean here, but do you honestly think anybody's gonna listen to that? Like, I get it. Maybe you're not used to people hugging you, touching you randomly. That's cool. But that's not assault. I mean, maybe America made you think that's assault, but that's not assault. If you're telling me you're going to court because somebody touched your face, good luck. Like I said, Ghanaians have better things to worry about or worse things to worry about than for them to actually go with the assault case. The other thing that she's complaining about, I'm with her, but the part where she's like assault, that's where I'm like, yeah, sorry, like I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like, what do you want? Do you want us to go to Ghana and tell people to stop touching people in their face? That's not happening. Sorry, that's not happening. There's nothing I could do for that at all. But yeah, the other thing that she was complaining about, right? Purple fingers. Now, one of one of the medical sisters said that purple fingers mean that he has hypoxia, right? So purple fingers mean that he's actually doesn't have enough oxygen deficiency or efficiency. So that's why he had purple fingers. It wasn't because he was dirty, but you could go ahead and say that. You could go ahead and just use your American mindset American mindset to claim that this person was dirty even though they weren't. So I get that, that makes you uncomfortable. You don't know who's touching you. You're not comfortable with purple fingers. He has a deficiency, oxygen deficiency, which is why not enough oxygen's getting to his fingers, and that's why his fingers appeared purple. That's it, sis. There's no witchcraft thing that you have to be worried about. That's it, sis. That's it.
So he looks down at his hands and he looks slightly shocked, and then he lets go of me. Folks, that's how I got out of the situation. If I continued to stay masculine and fight for him to let me go, who knows what would have happened? He would have used his strength to make sure he knew who was in power. So once I became feminine and started smiling and, oh, why are your fingertips purple? That's when he let me go. And my witness who was sitting next to me, I said, did you see that? That is a lawsuit. Folks, this is during business hours at the CAS office. What? So my witness says, you know, they do that all the time to women. They probably do that to the woman working here. I said, this is not right. It's no one should have to go through this. So the chief of staff comes out, and my witness starts talking tree to the chief of staff, and all I understood was lawsuit because he was speaking tree, but lawsuit he said, excuse me, he said in English, and the chief of staff just looked at me, and then he grabs me, and it takes me to the end of the corridor, and he starts talking about chop chop, folks, because he's fixing what he did wrong regarding my land. So as I'm talking to him, um, Salam sees me talking to the chief of staff, and then Salam shouts, "Oh, you have a new friend now? We were friends, folks. This is insanity." And I said, "We were never friends." And then, of course, he comes back and forth, and every time he comes back, I'm like literally guarding myself. I don't know what's going to happen next because I'm still there because they're fixing my paperwork. They're making land that doesn't exist all of a sudden appear. And after the last time he walked by, I talked to my witness. I said, "This is crazy." And he's like, "You know, I'm honestly scared for you." He said, don't, don't be around these men by yourself." And I'm like, "Well, now I understand." And he was just like, "You got to be careful," because even the chief of staff was winking at me, calling me his girlfriend. I'm just like, something's wrong. So after that, I told my witness, "Don't leave me until I get to my car." And he's like, "I'm not going to leave you." And then he literally stayed with me until I got into my Uber. I drove to my Airbnb, and I sat there and I just cried because I've never been through any of this before. I've never been physically assaulted in the States. I mean, the amount of extortion that goes on here, the amount of disrespect, I'm just like, what? And so as I was sitting, this very our Airbnb, I was just laying down on our bed, and of course I started to cry, and that just made me think of everything that I went through with Cos from another one of their employees texted me like between 9 and 10 p.m., sending me a picture of himself, and then Salam with his awkward love confession when I was calling him to get my refund because they moved my land without telling me. I'm like, that's a breach of contract. And then freaking him releasing my indentures to a person that wasn't authorized to do so, then threatening me, and then I come here and then get assaulted during business hours when they're trying to.
Yeah, I know people are saying that sexual assault, it's not in Ghana. Sorry, nothing I could tell you. She went to the chief of police to explain what happened to her, and you know what they said? Unless you have DNA evidence that you were assaulted, we can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you think it's America, it's not. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. You go to the street, somebody touches your face, you cannot scream assault, assault, assault. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Like, I it's not that I like that it happens to her, but I'm just seriously saying there's nothing anyone can do about it, to be quite honest. Even the court that you have so much faith in, I already told you nothing's happening in court. Like, you can save your money. Nothing is happening in court. Uh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just telling you the cold hard truth. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. So making a video about it, cool. He made a video about it. None of the Ghanaians are gonna do anything about it. I'm just being honest here. Like, they'll come here and be like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're so sorry for the bad experience." None of them are going to I don't know, legislation branches. None of them are going to any MPs to demand that this be changed. Let me tell you. None of them are going asking that this law be changed because that's not what they're worried about, to be quite honest. And as hurtful as it sounds, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the cold hard truth that other people refuse to tell you.
Fix selling me land that doesn't exist? This is insanity, folks. Insanity. So I got myself together. I called my lawyer. They're shocked. And I said, I know this is a patriarchal system. So doing a criminal case, what strength do I have to do a case? He's like, as long as you have a witness, we can help you with this. I was like, great. My witness is MIA now, so I don't even have a witness for a case to be strong. I went to the police.
Yes, obviously your witness is gonna be MIA. They're not gonna want to expose their face, their name to protect you. I'm sorry, they don't know who you are, so they're not gonna put themselves on the line to protect you. That's what happened. That's it. They backed out because they were thinking about themselves, not you. Nobody knows you. Do you understand how it works? Oh no, this is really bad, man. This is bad.
This is beyond me. This is beyond me and me being assaulted, beyond me and land. This is the future and the reputation of the African diaspora coming back and investing in the motherland. What? Because now that you know this aspect of the Ghana law system, you can be prepared. Maybe if you're married, have your husband do most of the things. Or, if you're a female and you don't have a husband, hire someone. So now I have a caretaker that's going to overview my land. Folks, do you think I'm going to be doing the same thing like I did previously? No way. Because YouTube, all land, it's not worth me getting my face beat in. Because you're telling me if a man is mentally and emotionally underdeveloped, he wants my attention and I'm not willing to give it to him, he can take my attention, physically assault me, and there's nothing I can do about it. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So if you want land that bad and you're willing to still work with this company, I mean, I don't even know what to say to you. And so now that this is bigger than me, there's a hotline in the description box. So if you have been violated and you have no voice, I'm willing to open up my YouTube page to interview you and to get your story out there. Because no, folks, it's just I'm shocked. I am shocked. So I have my email. Don't abuse my email, please. Email me if you have a legitimate story that you weren't able to get out because you don't have a voice and the system's not really there for you to help you. Reach out to me and we can set something up. Lastly, folks, I'm the first one to return to the mother.
So after this, she plans on turning her channel into domestic hotline when she didn't get fine for everyone saying she got sexually assaulted. She got assaulted, which whatever. Maybe she did. Did she get domestically abused? We all know she didn't get domestically abused, but now she's putting it upon herself to speak on domestic abuse violence, not even as an legitimate organization, right? As a YouTube channel. Is this all right? Is she okay? Is she okay? Where are the Americans saying, "Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is great." How is this beneficial at all? Like how? How? She doesn't even have experience of what she's talking. She doesn't even have experience of what he's talking about. Oh, please. Oh, man. You don't have to be that bitter, dude. You don't have to be that bitter. You don't have to be that bitter. But anyway, let me continue. Hold on, let me continue the video. And this is another part of the video that gets me annoyed. and I'll talk about it.
Motherland in over 400 years. Since the transatlantic slave trade, my family has never been back to the motherland. We left these lands in the worst conditions humanly possible. And to come back and to experience this when my whole goal was to contribute and invest and repatriate, and for this to happen and to find out that there's a hole in the system and that people can get away with this easily here, it's very upsetting and disheartening. Set something up. Lastly, folks, I'm the first one to return to the motherland in over 400 years. Since the transatlantic slave trade, my family has never been back to the motherland. We left these lands in the worst conditions humanly possible. And to come back and to experience this when my whole goal was to contribute and invest and repatriate, and for this to happen and to find out that there's a hole in the system and that people can get away with this easily here, it's very upsetting and disheartening. So my YouTube will be a little different from now. I won't be so hands-on, but the vision continues. The beachfront boutique resort will continue. You just won't see me as much because I'm not willing to get beat up over this. Like, what? So overall, my case might be weak, but it doesn't diminish the truth of what happened to me. So folks, when we say like, subscribe, share, it's because it helps the algorithm and gets our video out to more people. And this video needs to reach every ear, every person that even have a little interest in investing in Ghana. They need to know their approach, especially if you're a single woman coming here, how to go about it, and maybe put men already in order.
ACGT, did she just say put men in order? Keep this out. Keep this out of the continent. Keep it out of the continent. I don't want to hear this. Keep men in order? Is she all right? Is she okay? Bro, you're coming from a matriarchal society to a patriarchal society and then talking about we need to fix it. No, you need to fix your society if we're really talking. If we're really going to go there, you need to fix your society. Like, this is so arrogant. Oh my. Oh, man. Ghana, good job. Good job, man. Ghana, good job, man.
To handle your business. And hey, if you're a woman and you've done everything on your own and you never ran into this, great for you. But my story is different. And I don't want this to happen to anyone, especially us coming back from the transatlantic slave trade, coming back and thinking this is a safe haven. Folks, I've never been assaulted in the States, not even by a white man. If I come here and get assaulted by a black man in Africa. Overall, I still believe that eventually we'll come together in unity through community. So even though I'm hurt and I'm just shocked of what I went through, I still believe that we can come together as a people because we've been through too much, and we can still come together and help each other and find a medium between.
ACDC, I'm gonna get canceled for this, but help who? Who am I supposed to help? Wait, I just went to the IMF to ask for help for money, right? What help are you expecting me to give you? ACDT, I'm gonna sound so heartless right now, but what help was she expecting? What help? What does she mean by help? I'm actually confused. This is making me so upset. You don't even know how mad this is making me. Let me finish the video.
The African diaspora and the African that's been on this continent. Because through colonization, folks, we never, in ancient Africa, Al-Kubilan, there wasn't, men and women worked together. We didn't have this disrespect between genders until colonization came. So let's keep that in mind, that we're trying to get back and forward with the correct mentality of unity, because that's the only way we can overcome any of this. So I still believe in us. I still believe that there's a tremendous opportunity in Ghana, but we just have to be strategic so we don't get hurt in the process. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, and uh, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
As I drove through Ghana, I would see street art. Action Aid, ratify ILO C190 now. I stand with Action Aid and eradicating harassment at the workplace.
Ghanaians, you did this to yourselves, man. So don't start crying now. You asked people to come with all their ideology, all their feminism, all their all their Americanism. Ghanaians, you did it to your Ghanaians, you did it to yourself, man. Who are you gonna complain to now? Thing. The man that she even accused, he did a video. I think I'll fast forward it because it's pretty long, but he did a video explaining what happened. But in this actual video that she's complaining about, right? Or sorry, in this actual video that she's what's a nicer word than complaining? Because I don't want to be insensitive. Oh, she's airing her grievances. In the video, she was like, oh, she went to the office. The guys weren't really trying to pay attention to her like that. No offense, like get a life. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so she was complaining about how the guys weren't respecting her. I'm like, you're a single woman. What respect do you want? Like I don't think some people understand that. I don't think some people understand that if you're single and married in some societies, you're not gonna get that much respect. I don't know why people don't get that. You know, why do you think I talk about the importance of marriage all the time? Because I know that if you go to some societies and you're not married, especially, you're not going to be respected, and that's what it is. Now, trying to find the video here. He did a reaction to this. So he did a reaction explaining what happened, but even when she was in the office, right? Even when she was in the office and she was talking about, oh, she had to put her AirPods on. You guys remember that time? Um, she was acting very rude in the office, and it's like, okay, you're already single. No, sorry, I have to keep stating that you're already single, meaning not married, not single as in single. Anyways, you're single, you're female in a place that's dominated by men, and you're acting all rude, like you're at the same level as them, and then you're complaining that they're not giving you respect. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? But yeah, hold on. Let me find the video. But in the meanwhile, I'll read some of your guys' commentary. Hi, ACDT. Hi, Terrell. Hi, Blessed. How are you guys doing? Hi, Mike. I know it's not well, in America it is sexual assault, I guess, because everything is sexual assault in America, but I mean, you can't go to Accra and then scream sexual assault. Sorry. Don't go there is my don't go there is honestly my opinion if you can't handle it. And yeah, that's just facts. Um I'm gonna be one of those honest people that are like, if you can't handle it, don't go there. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you to go there if you've never, like, if you can't deal with the extreme patriarchy, especially if you're single, then I don't really know if you should go there. I'll just be honest about that. I'm not trying to steal your money, so I'm not gonna lie to you. She wanted him to do those things. She probably got gassed, man. Like men were going after her. She probably got gassed. But that's the part that she's not gonna tell you. You know what I mean? That's the part that she's gonna leave out. Okay, she probably got her life getting flirted on, all this stuff. But she's gonna now spin it like, oh, these men are so oppressive. You know, that's what they tend to do all the time. But hey, Di, what's going on? Hey, Stoic One, man, I let me see. Where is that clip? Kai's over here. Drop the link. I don't even. Let me see. Hold on. Maybe it's in my history. I really, really would like to play his reaction so that you guys could see what I'm saying. Because when this video, right, first came out, everyone was on the side of, oh, how can the Ghanaians do this? And I'm just like, listen, I know Ghana has patriarchy, right? Like, I know that there's things that the Ghanaian system can work on, but it's like, don't act all arrogant like you know everything. Like, you don't know anything, and now you're getting shocked that you're dealing with these things. Do you understand me? Like, these people, some of them, instead of them to talk to Ghanaians and get the deets, get the details, they think they know better than everybody. So then when bad stuff happens to them, they want you to lie. They want you to feel bad. They want you to do all this stuff when it's like you could have came to me and talked to me and I would have been able to tell you how to deal with it. But because you thought you knew better, you went through a bad experience, and now I'm supposed to be like, oh my goodness, I feel so bad for you. Like, Okay, yeah, found the video finally of them basically defending themselves. Again, I don't like, I already like, I know there's bad behavior in Ghana. I'm not excusing that, right? At all. But it's like, why don't you ask people how you could get help before dealing with it? That's what annoys me. It's like, I could have told you, be careful about buying land. I could have told you all this stuff, but you thought you knew better than me. And now, when you're in trouble, now you want us to share your problem. You want us to go on social media and shout you out, which I don't even know what that is gonna do, to be quite honest. Like, none of us are in government. What do you want us to do? Like, do you want us to go and protest about this? Like, what exactly was she looking for? I'm not saying you can't make a video talking about your experiences or what you went through, but what was she looking for by telling us? Y'all think she's exaggerating it? I'll explain soon. Every story has something added to it. That's the thing though. There's her side, his side, and the truth. I do believe that the truth lies somewhere in between. Talking about Africans in the West having attitude with thank you. Africans in the West have so much attitude. Africans in the West leave you alone. But then when you go to Accra and they're touching you, then you want to talk about I'm like literally so heated. You don't even understand. Hi, so one. Hi, forehead warrior. Hi, Gem. Oh no, just disgusting, man. Put men in order, women where I come from. You are only in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. Oh no, you're disgusting, by the way. Like, you are just gross, man. I swear I don't understand these people. Please invite them to Mali. Please. Please. Any other West Central African, please invite them to your country. Please. 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 I'm begging you now. The Stoic one called in the UK today, and the same old in London, the most guarded city, but they okay. You guys are talking. She needs help to the airport. Oh, oh my good. No sympathy. Does anyone actually feel bad? Please tell me there's somebody out there that feels bad though. Send the Aspirants tonight to Narnia. Narnia. I even thought you were gonna say Nigeria, but you said Narnia. Where the feminists in Ukraine? Good question. I mean, listen, these feminists and these she-males are getting the cold, hard truth that if you were born a man, nobody cares that you feel like a woman. They're getting the cold, hard truth. They're getting the. We've dealt with them. We've pandered to them so long that when reality hits them, they want to act shocked. You know what I mean? FBA ain't nobody diaspora. We're our own nation. FBA don't unite. You know what? Like, if FBA have that mentality, then please don't ask me for reparations. Please don't ask me for nothing. Please ask America to deal with your issues. She was about to start a Black Women's Life Matter. African Americans who want to go back to the motherland should be made to go to a re-education. Yeah, I agree. Like, some I agree with you. There should be some type of re-education camp. This is what you have to do in a patriarchy, and if you can't adhere to the rules, you need to go somewhere else. Because this is the thing. When we're talking about Africa, there are countries that are more easygoing. They'll let you do whatever you want. So I don't even. It doesn't even have to think. It doesn't even have to be a thing of go back to America. You could go somewhere else within the continent. That could solve your problem. You know what I mean? And to be honest, she was in Central Region. There are some regions in there that I'm just like, you better not go there. You just better not go there because the culture is so different. It's like when men are speaking, women are standing there not saying anything. If you can't deal with something like that, just don't go there. Like, I'm dead serious. Just stay in. I'm not even say stay in America, but stay in another country. You know what I mean? The Rock, don't have a spasm, please. I thought foreigners couldn't buy land in Ghana. You know what? Last time I checked, they couldn't either. I don't. Maybe there's some kind of trick that they're using, but I'll look into that. So, anyways, we're gonna watch now the reaction. The Ghanaians made a reaction to this.
To tell that side.
So we're gonna watch the other side and then see where the truth lies, I guess. I don't really know if you can tell where the truth is, but I mean, just objectively thinking, I think it's somewhere in the middle. Okay, no, it's not this video. Okay, it's this one right here.
Jones/Cast Estate Saga. In that video, I stated there will be a part 2 video where I dissect my personal understanding of the issues. I also asked viewers to share their opinions in the comment section, aka the court of public opinion, and a lot of people sure did. That first video was really for Cast Estate to share their version of the story so that people can make informed judgments instead of making judgment from just one side of the story. But today's video is my perspective of the situation and to explain what has happened since that first video. This video is much shorter, so do watch it all the way to the end to get a total understanding, and kindly like and share this video as well as give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, in the comment section of the first video, some viewers advised that I should not get myself involved. These are not accurate or not complete. Based estate has this issue. But my response to that was lending my platform to Casa Estate to tell their side of the story, one side of the story, and the evidence that Casa Estate has at hand. 2. I think that the delay Miss Leslie Jones experienced in getting her indentures should not have happened, regardless of the fact that she was in a group or even later expelled from a group. If Casa Estate had provided her with the indentures on time, she probably would have been a happy customer and they wouldn't have ended up in the situation that they are in today. With regards to Miss Leslie's claim of being physically assaulted, as most of you that watched the previous video know, my position is that cultural misunderstanding had a very big part to play in that incident. However, as the court of public opinion rightly pointed out, Miss Leslie Jones clearly asked not to be touched, so she shouldn't have been touched. But her description of what happened and his description of the same incident are very different. So even though Casa Estate have CCTV footage and about 4 witnesses, we the public haven't seen these footages and we weren't there. So we are forced to take sides based on the narratives given by the 2 individuals involved. So personally and per our Ghanaian ways of interaction, I still stand by my opinion that I will not describe what happened as an assault, and that is my personal opinion. Everyone else has a right to their interpretation and their opinions, and that's okay. There's really no need to be disrespected for your opinions. There's no need for name calling or insults because we all can't have the same opinion on an incident, and that's perfectly fine. Now, in terms of the delays that customers of Casa Estate have to go through to get their indentures, that is massive and not acceptable one bit. And Casa Estate needs to really do the needful. Like I said in the video, I've had my own issues with Casa Estate, but to be honest, my issues were not documentation related. So until this Leslie Jones issue came up, I had no idea the weight some people have had to go through before they get their indentures, and this is simply not acceptable. So in the aftermath of the first video, I've had a series of conversations with various stakeholders at Casa Estate to voice out the complaints that has come to light in the comment section of the first video. My discussions and recommendations to Casa Estate after the video has been as follows. 1. Casa Estate should immediately communicate to every customer that has finalized their payment within the next 3 to 5 days. I've suggested they inform people whose indentures are ready to go to their offices to collect their indentures. And secondly, I've suggested that they get in touch with the people who have paid in full but whose indentures are not yet ready and give them the timeline of when they should expect to receive their indentures. 2. I've also suggested to them to step up their indenture delivery game overall. They need to put a better system in place to ensure that when people make their purchases, they shouldn't have to wait more than 3 months at most to receive their indentures from the company. 3. The other discussion I've had with them is that customer service is key, and it is obvious that their standards of customer service is not at par with what is expected of a company of their size or just what is expected from any business. So I've recommended that they contact the ICSP, which is the Institute of Customer Service Professionals, which is a customer service educative consultancy, or any other customer service consultancy here in Ghana, to help train all their employees, office workers and field workers alike, about good and acceptable customer service practices, which would ensure that customers get the service they require and also help the company come up in their standards. Fourthly, I've also suggested that Casa Estate gives all future potential customers what I'm calling a condition of sale document before they actually make a payment with Casa Estate. What this means is that customers who wish to make a purchase with Casa Estate should first be given a document that lists what will happen after they buy the land. For example, the time it will take before they receive their indenture, the procedures for getting a permit to start work, like paying the digging fee, what customers need to do if they encounter land guard issues, the fact that customers need to at least fence their wall within 2 years of acquisition, etc., etc. Now, most of these conditions are already in the fine print of the contract document, but the fact is that you only get this document after you have actually made a payment. So I'm proposing that this condition of sale document be made to prospective customers before any monetary commitment is made, so that they know beforehand what to expect, and if they are happy with the conditions, then they can choose to proceed with the purchase. And my last recommendation to Casa Estate is for their legal team to meet up with Miss Leslie Jones' legal team so that they can resolve this issue between them amicably without going to court. Casa Estate is pursuing legal actions against Miss Leslie in a court of law, but my opinion is that they settle this issue out of court and put an end to.
Okay, so the company that she's going after actually filed a legal lawsuit against her. So before she got the chance to do it to them. So I'm just saying, in the perspective of things that are going, it looks better that they filed a legal lawsuit first. The likelihood of them winning versus her, I'm sorry, is high. Even if, we know that their customer service was horrible. We know that there was an alleged assault that happened, but it's like, you're not going to win in court. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it. The court system's behind. Nobody knows who you are. Not a Ghanaian citizen. The chances of her winning the case are just not high, in my opinion. So, I mean, you could still sue them, but the chances of you winning are so slim that I don't even know why you would. I don't even know why you would go through all that effort to sue them personally.
To this unfortunate situation. These are the discussions that I have had with Casa Estate in the aftermath of my first video. So what is the way forward? Personally, I'm happy I did that video because it gave me a chance to become aware of some of the issues that people have. And this is important because I was the one who recommended Casa Estate. And so if people are having issues with them, then I feel responsible to some extent. So I'm glad that this video brought these issues out. However, my decision going forward is that my days of making recommendations on my channel is well and truly over. I will no longer be recommending any business here on YouTube, be it Casa Estate or tradesmen or consultants that I work with, purely because I was a happy customer and solely to benefit my audience and also to help boost the businesses that I have recommended. But as I said, no more. If I work with a business and I'm happy with their service, I may put their contact in the description box because I believe that it will be of benefit to some of my audience needing similar services. However, if you choose to contact them and do business with them, that will be completely on you. I am done recommending any business here in Ghana. The other thing that I'm going to do is to take down the first video that I did on this saga from my channel. And I'm doing this for two reasons. One, I'm a big believer of inviting the diaspora back home, but I feel that the dialogue in the comment section of that video, in fact, the whole Leslie Jones Casa Estate issue is actually putting a wedge between AAs and Ghanaians, and that is very unfortunate. And so by keeping that video going, I feel like I have a hand in that wedge, and that is not what I or my channel is about. So that video.
I think we get the point. Let me see if she broke down in the beginning. I think she deleted the video where the man spoke. But I mean, see, when it comes to the land process, there's really nothing I can say about that because I'm not buying land. My husband will do that. I already have land and he has land as well. But like, if I were to ever buy any more land, I would not do that by myself because I already know my people. So I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. But the land process is horrible. It takes forever. It takes years. They'll tell you to go in the computer and check the database, but it's like nothing is literally working. So buying a land over there, I think, is a headache. Um, I did not know that foreigners could buy land. I thought you had to be a citizen to buy land. So I don't even know why that's happening. That is strange to me personally, that people without their citizen are going and buying land. That's kind of weird to me, because how can you have faith in a place that you've never been before to spend thousands of dollars? And in her first video, she said that she got a really good deal. And I can't help but to think, but a really good deal means you got it for really cheap and you got the service that you paid for. I really can't help but to think that, right? Just me personally. But yeah, I'm gonna go over some land rules in a minute. How do you know that she's all cap? Nah, Ghana, y'all the ones. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said sorry. That's why I said sorry. Our fault, our bad. Sorry, man. Sorry. We Ghanaians didn't know it caused this much trouble. I bet you any money they didn't. And actually, blessed. Ghanaians are gonna get mad at me for saying this, but Ghanaians love to lie, especially the poor ones who need money. They're gonna lie and tell and sell the diaspora this dream. So on one hand, I get it. I kind of get it, because Ghanaians will lie and tell you, "Oh, it's not that bad," when it is. They see, Ghanaians have just internalized bad behavior to the point that they don't get that it's bad behavior, especially the poor ones. I keep emphasizing the poor ones because the poor ones are the ones that are going to want your money. The rich ones are not really worried about your money like that, but the poor ones are going to tell you a whole bunch of lies so that they can sell you something. And that brings way or brings life of scamming, to be quite honest. Like, I'll just be honest about that. So yeah, if I was West African, I'd love the low IQ nonsense, the IQ FBA nonsense. You don't want them to bring their degeneracy to your nation. These YouTube Pan Africans doing their best to bring back the Art Cathy era. I can't say I don't. Oh, so nobody feels bad. Leslie trying her best to resurrect her unapologetic. Okay. Deport her? Oh my goodness. Has UN not been having success recently? I'm sure he's going to report on this story. I don't know what he's waiting for. AA are what on the inside will never far in Africa. Ghana is stupid for begging AAs to come. You know, I kind of agree with you on that. The Rock tough talk from who regularly tough talk from someone who regularly gets punked by Latino. Sorry, we call them the same thing, or I call them the same thing. Indenture and land deed, I call it the same thing, because I don't call them indenture, but people call them that. Bruh, even the court will scam her. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't know why Ghanaians have to lie so hard. The court does not work. I mean, listen, the court does not. If the judge hears that accent, do you think the judge is gonna play fair when the judge could get paid? The court system in Ghana does not work at all. Don't depend on it. I'm sorry. Like, if no one has ever told you guys, the court system does not work. I don't know. I don't know why they're going there expecting that it works. It's not. That's why when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you," I'm like, "Yeah." Are you okay with it taking years and years and years and years? Are you okay with that? Because nothing is gonna happen. Telling people you're gonna sue them over there doesn't scare them at all. So I don't know. She should just pull this. Oh, slavery card in court. It'll be reparations if she. Who is the person talking? Another YouTuber in Ghana. Tenki bought similar situation. He okay. Courtesy of Akufo-Addo and his shine ball head. His shine ball head and projects. Now you see the way we they suffer. Now they call us scammers. Hey. No more brother. Now it be scammer. We don't like you. We don't want you. I'm telling these people, I'm like, listen, I agree. Don't go to Ghana anymore. I agree. I'm actually in agreement with you. Please go to Mali and leave me alone. Go to Burkina Faso and leave me alone. Bro, Nigeria won't take any of this nonsense. That's why they're not even bothering to go to Nigeria. Nigeria won't even listen to you cry. You know what I mean? In the last 40 hours from both the North, okay, they're talking to themselves. To all the Black Americans are suffering in West Africa, come to South Africa. FBA, don't fall for the essay trap. Leslie gonna have to hire Blacks as her lawyer. Okay. That was not a good joke at all. Okay. So the land process, right? As I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, the land is primarily owned by chiefs. It's not owned by the state. So if you're trying to buy land, you're gonna have to go to a chief, you're gonna have to go to a human being, talk to them and get the land processes. There is a land registry form that you could also check out online, but I mean, I don't really trust anything. I honestly feel like if you're gonna buy land, you should go and talk to somebody in person to buy it. I don't trust most of these companies because this is the thing. You go to somebody, get the land, and then after doing or not doing the research, you won't realize that the land is family owned. And family owned land is the trickiest sale of all because you could go right and sit down with the family and they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, we're interested in selling the land." And then all of a sudden you're building and a brother from out of nowhere will tell you, "Hey, that's my family's land." Then you have to go to court. I'm just being honest with you. Buying land in Ghana is a nightmare. It's a nightmare that's gonna at least take you 2 years. So even some people were fooled, right, by this. Oh, Ghana's giving 5,000 acres of land. They're not giving you that land for free, by the way. They want you to build on that land, believe it or not. They want you to do some development on that land. So if you honestly think a Ghanaian's giving you land for free, just because, please don't think that. These people have a reason why they're giving you this. I remember when this was the talk of the town at Cebulan. One of the chiefs, right, was giving 5,000 acre to a whole bunch of people, and everyone was talking about it. This is so great, and I'm just like, no, don't fall for it. Do not fall for anybody telling you they're giving you free land. They want development, is what they're not going to tell you. And after, let's say, 30 years, you don't build anything, then they're going to start asking you questions. Then they're going to give the land to somebody else. So, yeah, that's just unfortunate.
Easy Money. I'm 9 and I'm from Canada. I came to Ghana with my family and to explore and see if we would like to move here. Right now we're staying in an apartment, but right now we're in the vacation really, and we're in a resort. And we're visiting here because my parents wanted to invest here to see if they would like to build something here.
Okay, so far when you came here, what have you seen?
I saw a lot of animals. I saw chickens and horses. I also saw a lot of buildings that people were building and a lot of street vendors who sold food and drinks.
Okay, so hey, what's good, everybody? Thank you for checking me out. This is Echo Simpson. I know you definitely know where I am seeing this building. Yes, it's been about more than 2 or 3 months that I set foot in the Asebu Pan-African Village. Why? Because I was a little bit busy with stuff, and I wanted to really give you beautiful updates because because I've been coming here a lot of times. You wouldn't see the differences of what is really happening. So today, on the 12th of October 2022, it's a beautiful Wednesday here in Ghana. I decided to visit Asebu Pan-African Village to show you exactly what is going on. But hey, I'm already loving what I'm seeing. First, this place wasn't up, but now.
Yeah, so not gonna play that video too long, but I'll go to the website. So this is the thing right here. Pan-African Village. Again, listen, I don't know who's coming up with all these names, but they are. So this is a Pan-African Village project. So basically, they're inviting Africans all over the world to come back. Guys, read this, okay? Who wrote this? Read this, okay? Our African ancestors were stolen, and we lack the ability to identify our homelands and to own our African identities with real pride. Our values as a community are eroded, and with our self esteem insufficient. We need to heal from all our wounds in order to restore ourselves. Wellness affords us the opportunity to truly live. Pan African Village Residential Wellness and Restoration Center is the bridge that allows us Africans to come back home or return back home. Okay, can I just see what you guys are talking about? I don't really care about any of that. I just want to go to the technical part. Our Pan-African projects. Okay, so inspired by the president's production of the 2019 Year of Return, the chiefs of Asebu traditional area and elders have all agreed to offer specified land to Africans from the diaspora. This generous demonstration of love and compassion is born in the spirit of brotherhood and unity. Africans from the diaspora are invited to return to Africa and dwell happily and peacefully in the Asebu traditional area. Okay, for whatever reason, no one just wants to get to the point, but basically, The traditional leaders of this area are giving 5,000 acres, and you can apply to get some acres of land. That's basically, long story short, what they're trying to say without using all the brotherhood and unity talk that I really don't know where it's taking people right now, right? So that's it's called a Pan African village. What is a Pan African village? Why are people so corny, man? This is so corny. Why is why is any of this happening? Who asked for this? All right. So, anyways, they apply to get acres of land in that Pan African area. So they go to the chiefs and they get land, and that's about it. But some people are not far thinking. They're gonna think, oh, it's just free land. Oh, thank you so much. What are you doing with the free land though? Is the question. You don't know, but these chiefs are going to ask you in about 40 years because the average land lease is 50 years. Sometimes it's 99 years. Now, if you have a family, you don't have to worry about it because you could continue to renew the lease, right? So if you have a family, you don't have to worry about that because the land is always going to stay with you. But if you're going there by yourself, on a 50-year or 99-year land lease, I mean, I don't feel so confident about that, right? And just last, before I drop the link, if anybody wants to come and explain what a Pan-African village is, if anyone would like to explain what that even means, I don't even know what that means. Okay, so there are 4 types of land in Ghana. There's government land, which you're not going to get that because that's land that they're saving to use to build infrastructure. That is a ripoff, but whatever. There's vested land, there's customary land. So that's basically the land that you're going to buy. And there's family private land. That's land that you're not going to get your hands on. No offense, if you're a diaspora, you're not going to get family land because that is protected. That's been protected from centuries. So, in order to buy land in Ghana, you need to be aware, number one, of who owns the land. Because guess what? I'm not trying to be mean here, but I can show you a plot and it doesn't belong to me and tell you I'm selling it. I mean, people actually will believe you if you just show them an area and be like, oh, yeah, this is mine. Do you want a piece of it? People will actually believe you. So, for non Ghanaians, the process may be more complicated. The process is extremely complicated. In fact, I don't think you can get land in months. Just what I believe. I don't think you could do this process in months. So, I mean, if you want land, you really gotta be committed. You know what I mean? So, it's recommended that you buy land straight from the development or established real estate development. So, always check if the developer is registered with the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association. So, that's one way to do it. So you need to be aware of who owns the land, whether they own it outright or whether it's mortgaged. A land title can be carried out by the appropriate government office, and you could also carry out an valuation. There's usually a fee for these type of services, which is paid by the buyer. However, it is worth the expense. Whenever you conduct a property transaction, make sure you are involved in every step of the process. So in this case, make sure that you're actually there. I don't know why that needs to be said, but hey, you'll be shocked. There are people who bought land who have not even been to Ghana, but they're saying the land is theirs. Okay, girl. Once the purchase agreement has been made, a deed of conveyance is drawn up by the lawyer. Upon signing this document, the land title is passed to the buyer. They pay for the land. The land title is then registered at the Lands Commission. And this takes about 300, no lie. No lie. It takes about 300 days for it to process. So I don't know if anyone's ever bought land and they got it the next week. I don't know how that's possible because all these documents that you need, one of them takes about 300 days to complete. So I don't know how you bought land in a week and it's yours. Do you, boo? Do you? Do you? Okay. So lastly, let me see. Oh yes, the assault. Does anyone in here think that she got assaulted? Because one person said, yeah, she got sexually assaulted. I need to stop saying that word. Um, she got assaulted. No, one person said that she did. She should go to court and fight this. And I'm just like, if that counts as assault, I've been assaulted multiple times. I probably should go to court too.
That time. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, so allow me to be clear of who this is, of who I'm talking about. This is not an unprofessional and unethical that I create a whole playlist. And from, them moving my land without notifying me to sending my documents to someone unauthorized, but not sending them to me, and I'm the one that paid for them. So I was forced to fly to the country to just put my eyes on my indenture, from being threatened to, once I got to the country, finding out a portion of my land doesn't even exist. Folks, this company is beyond ridiculous. I don't even know how they're still open. And so, which brings me to my story, because once I
Okay, what she means by a portion of her land doesn't exist. I wish I could find it, but she signed a document, right? She signed a document, and in a section of the document, there was a square that signified her land, and at the end of the square, there were diagonal lines at the bottom, very bottom. So that basically means that, let's say you buy, hmm, let's say you buy, I can't even, okay, let's say you buy 200 meters of land, which is very small, but let's say you buy 200 meters of land. I can't even think right now. At the very end, right? If it's shaded at the very bottom, that means that that very last part of the 200 meters is not entirely yours. So you probably bought 180 meters of land. Now, if you had an issue with that, you already signed the document. So there's really nothing that could be done. You didn't understand the document. There's nothing any of us could do about that. Like, you already signed it. This is why you should, if you're buying land in a country that you don't know, I'm pretty sure you should contact a lawyer, or you should talk to somebody who actually knows what the document looks like. Like, I could have showed that to my parents for her for free, and they would have looked over to see if everything looked right. I could have shown my parents that. But you know what? Never mind. Do it yourself. Do it yourself mentality of the West that doesn't seem to work in another country.
I found out that my plots didn't exist, the chief of staff said, "Come to the office and let's fix this." And this was on August 15th. So I got to the office. I was there for about 5 hours. Towards the end of me waiting and then fixing my paperwork, I see Salam walk up the stairs. And so I already don't like the company. They know that I have videos out exposing their unethical and unprofessional behavior. So to avoid any type of confrontation, I was editing a video. So I put my earpod in to start editing. Before I can even put the second earpod in, Salam comes, grabs my face, and forces me to look at him. And he says, "Look at me." Folks, what? Violation number one. Why are you putting your hands on my face? I'm trying to avoid you, but you want my attention, so you're going to put your hands on me to make sure you get it.
Rule number 2, sister, I'm really sorry.
So I hit his hand.
Sister, I'm really sorry that he touched your face. Sister, I understand how uncomfortable that is, right? Sister, I really get it. But you just said 2 minutes ago that you were trying to ignore this man in an office. You were putting your earphones on, your earpods, my bad, earpods on so that you could ignore this person. And now you're here. Oh my goodness, she touched me to get my attention. How rude is that? Like, bro, this is not America. You don't just go in an office and ignore somebody. If you're that mad, walk out. Okay? Just walk out. You honestly think people are gonna like the fact that you just put your earpods to ignore them? Oh, please.
My face. And he grabs my arm. And I'm sitting down. So by this time, I'm slightly lifted because he's pulling my arm. And I say, "Let me go." And he's like, and I said, "Don't touch me. Let me." The chief of staff. And then Salam shouts, "Oh, you have a new friend now? We were friends." Folks, this is insanity. And I said, "We were never friends." And then, of course, he comes back and forth. And every time he comes back, I'm like literally guarding myself. I don't know what's going to happen next. Because I'm still there because they're fixing my paperwork. They're making land that doesn't exist all of a sudden appear. And after the last time he walked by, I talked to my witness. I said, "This is crazy." And he's like, "I'm honestly scared for you." He said, don't, don't be around these men by yourself." And I'm like, "Well, now I understand." And he was just like, "You got to be careful," because even the chief of staff was winking at me, calling me his girlfriend. I'm just like, something's wrong. So after that, I told my witness.
Let me also explain another cultural reference that I don't think she understands. Back in a lot of these countries, right? She's not ugly, by the way. I don't think she's ugly. I think she's cute. Whatever. If you don't think she is, that's up to you. But I think she's good looking. So, people flirting with you and calling you their girlfriend or wife doesn't actually mean that they're in love with you. Like, you need to get over yourself, bro. There's in tree, I'll just say tree. In tree, there's no such thing as "I like you." The English translation is "I love you." So if somebody tells you that they love you, they literally mean that they like you. How can somebody love you and they don't know you? Get over yourself, man. Get over yourself. Like, no, no. I know this is why when some African men, West African, mostly Ghanaian Nigerians, I should say, this is why mostly, well, I'll just say Ghanaians because this video is in the context of Ghana. This is why when a lot of Ghanaians flirt with women, they'll just be like, "I love you" out of nowhere. It's not because they actually love you. Do you understand that cultural reference? So get over yourself. Nobody actually loves you like that, bro. No one loves you like that. Get over yourself, bro.
And they know they can get away with it, then I'm obliged to make a clarion call to everyone, especially if you plan on investing and repatriating as a single female here in Ghana. Like, there's no way you think that I'm going to let this happen to me and not tell you. No way. No way at all. Like, they can delay my indentures. They can do whatever they want. They can try to get back at me without giving me the indentures to my land. I'm more valuable than land. You're more valuable than land. We're more.
Brian, you're lying. You know, say this one, it be sexual assault also. Apparently, this one, it be sexual assault. Next time you they touch female, just know say you they do sexual assault. She can call the police. You know, she could go to court because you assaulted her in that way. You took advantage of her. Do you understand me? So you are a monster and you should go to jail. What's in with this crap?
Valuable than any commodity that this earth can bring forth. Folks, let us prioritize what's important here. Human life and dignity is important. They get away with stuff like this here. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure this is recorded and this.
I'm gonna get super FBA Ganyan on your ass. They should say no. Stoic. ACDT, thank you. She just said human life is important. Bro, speak for yourself, okay? We haven't done genocide or civil war. Speak for yourself. Do you understand me? Speak for yourself. I'm gonna get super FBA Ganyan on her. Do not talk about human life is important. Don't do that to me. Don't take me there. Don't take me there. If human life was so important, why didn't you go to a backwards country? Okay, Ghana's backwards for Ghana, but let me tell you, if we're talking about West Africa, I don't even want to be mean here. If we're talking about West Africa, don't talk to me about valuing human life when half of these countries are in civil wars. Don't even do that to me. Don't. That's what made me so upset.
This gets spread to every ear that has an ear to hear. So what do I need from you? Very simple. You guys are already doing it. Like, subscribe, and share, especially to those that want to repatriate and invest in Ghana. I don't need anything else, folks. I just need the word to be spread. Because even though I can't win in courts, especially because my unbiased witness is not willing to help me, folks, you're a type of court too. The people, the law might not have my back, but you, just by you liking, subscribing, and sharing, that's having my back, folks. And this is, at this point, this is beyond me. This is beyond me and me being assaulted, beyond me and land. This is the future and the reputation of the African diaspora coming back and investing in the motherland. What? Because now that you know this aspect of the Ghana law system, you can be prepared. Maybe if you're married, have your husband do most of the things. Or, if you're a female and you don't have a husband, hire someone. So now I have a caretaker that's going to overview my land. Folks, do you think I'm going to be doing the same thing like I did previously? No way. Because YouTube, all land, it's not worth me getting my face beat in. Because you're telling me if a man is mentally and emotionally underdeveloped, he wants my attention and I'm not willing to give it to him, he can take my attention, physically assault me, and there's nothing I can do about it. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So if you want land that bad and you're willing to still work with this company, I mean, I don't even know what to say to you. And so
ACD2, why do some of them want land anyways? I didn't want to be rude here. Why do they want land so bad? Why do some of them want land so bad? Why do they want it? I don't get it. I honestly don't understand. So this N word about to start a damn hashtag movement already. The F she thinks she is. I have no idea, man. I don't know who she thinks she is. Bro, you're let me tell you. Let me tell you, these Ghanaians are always gonna lie to you because they need your money. I don't need your money. I don't need to lie to you. Okay? Your return will let it go. It's 2019, we'll let it go. Okay, fine. I keep telling you guys, Ghana's not Pan African. You guys keep telling me I'm crazy. It's not. It's a place where people need money. Like, I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. But you guys are like, oh no, you guys invited us to come back with no procedures on how to actually help you come back, by the way, if you don't use your common sense, right? Oh no, but you guys invited us to come back. Yeah, they I'm gonna say they did invite you to visit. Your return was visit Ghana. It wasn't come to live there. I'm sorry, honey. Like nobody said come and visit and be Ghanaian. Nobody said that. Wait, what did Tanky bot back home? She never called the police for something so minor. She wants to act like an Oyibo in Ghana. They be they be like, hey, I'm going. Oh, they be like, I'm going to Africa to help people, but all of a sudden they pressing charges on innocent Africans. Exactly. Help who? Who are they helping? Bro, no offense. Listen, I'm only speaking to a section of them. Yes, you guys have come back and done good. I'm not even gonna lie. What Maya has exposed that you guys have built clinics and hospitals and schools. So I'm not gonna lie and act like you guys are not doing anything. I can't do that. But the majority of them, unfortunately, are coming to Africa with $2,000. That's not helping anybody. Nobody's that poor, bro. Nobody is that poor. So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah.
Oh,
No, right?
I was in the back chat for so long.
What's up,
Yeah,
PSR?
look, AM,
Yeah.
go easy on her. She's not that ratchet, man. Like she actually, she's. I've seen the ones that Afridama shows, the ones that are in the Gambia versus her. She's like a million times better. Let's at least give her that credit.
um. Okay, fine. She is better, I guess.
Yeah, she's not ghetto. I think she just comes off as she had very naive view of what this African investment thing was ever gonna how it was gonna go for her. She probably thought U.S. customs were gonna be the same when she comes to Ghana. She didn't realize Africa is more like the Wild West, where you can't trust any of these niggas if it's not like an established source or whatever. And yeah, some of the things she complained about, like it's not the West. You can't expect someone calling a wifey. Literally here. You know how many people call each other wife, like adults at the workplace. That shit, that shit is common. So I don't know, man. Like she needs to just evaluate her perspective and move on. But she's not that bad. Like I've seen worse. Like you just go on Afrodamus's channel. Like
No, I
the ones in the
like the
Gambia
ones
are
in
wilding.
Gambia are really bad. I'm not even gonna say
They
here.
they they're threatening to kill one another and all that shit. Like that's what I mean. Like let's go easy on her. And like even her perspective moving forward, she's not like trashing the country. She's just saying, okay, like these are the mistakes I made. From now on, I'll have a representative, so on and so forth. I get that it's your country, and she's saying some things about your country, but hey, look on the bright side. Like she's not a hood rat. Let's just give her that.
Hey, she's not a hood. I'll give her that. I'll give her that. And someone said that she's not beautiful. I think she is. I think she's cute. I don't know. I think she's cute enough to get away with certain things. I'll just leave that as there.
No, she
Um,
is classy though. I will give her that. Like she has
yeah,
this oral class about her.
she's one of the whitewashed ones like myself, way more dangerous. She's a Karen in a black body. Um, I mean, okay, I can agree with that. Um, I just, I just don't know why
Look,
so
bro,
many of
let's
them
be real.
expect
Uh,
that when they go to
A
Ghana,
million
it's gonna
Karens are
be this
better
and
than one Shaquila or something. What is the
that.
black equivalent of?
I just like I don't understand what they expect though when they go back home. Like I really don't get what do they want? Like I'm just really confused on that. Like what
I think
exactly are
there
they
has to be
expecting?
like a guideline given to them. Look, I get some of them come to Africa expecting it to be like some spiritual healing factor or something like. And then when they come here, they are overly trusting of people because they think, oh, you know, a white man might have scammed me back in the US, but a black man won't scam me. Look, in Africa, black or white doesn't matter. Like, if 99% of the people this guy meets are black, like, you really think he's going to care to not scam you because you're black? I don't think they get that. On top of that, Africa is poorer, so people are far more desperate, especially on the lower ladders of the economic chain. So these guys will potentially, if they see that you have money, are the scummiest people on earth. They're going to try and rob you. So if she, I think they just need to understand. You know, the only person I've seen so far who low key understands this, even though I don't agree with everything he does, is Pan African Strikes Back. He's more. Honest, they should probably watch his or some people's like that channel if they even
Yeah.
think about coming to Africa.
Yeah, the we all
Because I'm
black.
gonna be honest with you, I don't trust the average poor poor poor
I
African.
don't trust any of them.
I don't even trust
I
them
don't
with like
trust the average
I
poor
don't
ass.
trust these niggas.
Sorry.
You know
You
how
know
much I
who I'm
don't trust
talking
them.
about, right?
Today I was chilling. Yeah, today I was chilling somewhere and I gave this guy like what would be the equivalent of $5 to just go buy a drink. Yo,
Yeah.
I was like, nah. I'm like, yo, I'm like, until he came back, I was like, this nigga just ran away with that money. That's how little I trust these people. Because I was doing something and I
I
wanted him to
literally
just go
don't
cop me
trust
a drink.
any poor
So I don't
African.
trust these niggas.
Yeah, because like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
I trust these
trying
niggas.
to explain
You
to
can't
them.
be. Imagine trusting them with land.
Yeah, I keep explaining to
How
them.
can you trust
Are
someone
you
with?
really gonna trust somebody who makes $2,000 a year? I keep trying to explain to them. They don't get it. They
Yo,
don't
AM, I
understand.
kid you not. One time, I think it was like, I kid you not. I was passing and there was like some lady. She was selling like, you know, those peanuts in the plastic thing,
Yeah.
in the plastic bag, in the small plastic bag. You know, like I don't really care, but you know, it's like a way of helping. Like instead of just giving her money, I'm just gonna buy like two peanuts from her. So I bought them. I kid you not. When I went back home, eventually I opened it. Half of it was peanuts. The other half, I don't even know what the fuck that was. She literally can't. So, but you know, for me, it didn't matter because like it's just a small money, and I was gonna give it to her anyway. I just decided to buy what she was selling. But yeah, like scamming is a normal thing. So if they're willing to scam you on small shit like that, you have to even be more vigilant when it comes to like big money stuff. So I can't just like land. Are you crazy? Like even some close members of your family could potentially scam. You need to have someone that you can 100% trust, or like a legal structure that you can use. So like a legal law firm or something, to where they can be liable if anything goes wrong, not just some dusty pawn shop somewhere.
What made me even more upset is a lot of Ghanaians in the diaspora being like, always feel so sorry for you. But it's like, this happens in their own family. You know what I mean? It's like they're covering up and being like, always feel so sorry for you. We can't believe this happened. Yes, you can believe it happened. Happens all the time. Like when people talk about treat me like your brother, that's what exactly they're doing. They're treating you like their brother. They're treating you like their own brothers that they scam all the time. So it's like it's sad, but it is what it is, you know?
But AM, I do like the lady. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not gonna make any personal attacks towards her.
No,
She's
no, no, no,
very
no,
well
no.
mannered. Yeah, she's chill. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
like
she is.
the ones that I see from the Gambia. Those people are dirt. Her, she's like an outstanding person. She just had misconceptions of what this trip was gonna be, and she's kind of like venting here, which I don't blame her. Like, I think she was probably given a wrong image by Ghanaian elites who want this type of investment and her own ideology of Pan Africanism, so on and so forth. But even the way she's taking it, it's not like she's coming here trashing Ghanaians and stuff. So
No, no, no,
you
she's
guys go
not.
easy on her, man. Yeah, go easy
I
on her.
No, 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 no. It's not about that. I think she really honestly needed some help from a Ghanaian who would have just been honest with her and she wouldn't have gone through this. It's kind of sad, actually. But yeah, Mike, go ahead.
I kind of want to touch on the whole sexual harassment thing that the whole
Yeah,
sexual
just
assault
say
thing that
S
she's
or
talking about.
or just say harassment.
Okay, harassment, yeah. See, I don't think she's really giving a whole full picture of the whole situation, to be honest, because I mean, trust me, I know African men very well, and I also know American women very well. Now, let me touch on the African men. African men, they would never come at a woman in a way without already knowing that woman's reputation. They get you based on the reputation you're known for. You understand? Based on the reputation you have, So before an African man will actually just start flirting with you in a type of way or touching you in a type of way, he must already have a perception of you or known you for something. Maybe being that girl that's easy or girl that's maybe easily open slept with someone he knows, or just maybe a friend he knew or friends he knew, knowing them to have already maybe easily access you. So you've already had that reputation of being easy in a sense, right? That's
You
one thing I
think
know about African men. Say it again.
but you think they would try that with an American woman?
But that's what I'm saying. But now, what I notice about some of these American women that go to Africa, they take this American behavior to Africa, right? Where in America here, for example, a girl, right? Me and my brother here, we can be friends, or a group of guys can be friends. And the girl in America can literally date every one of us. It's circle of friends. You understand? She would date my friend and dump him and date me and dump me and date the next guy. I mean, like she literally can date group of friends. She can, I'm telling you, and it's normal. I literally see girl that date two cousins. Like she broke up with one cousin and date the other. I mean, like like in America, and she doesn't see herself as a whole. Like to them, it's not like I mean, it's normal. But in Africa, the girl that will do something like that, come on, man. Like literally, the moment you slept with like a couple of my friends, I already see you as, oh wow, that's in Africa, it's like your reputation will be so bad, or like people will literally lose respect for you. The moment they know that you slept with somebody around the block, or just in the neighborhood, or more than one guy in the neighborhood, oh, everybody already know. Yes, okay, no.
Are
You
you
know what
trying
I'm
to say
saying?
she did the poom poom thing?
Say it
Is
again.
that what you trying? Are you trying to say she, did something?
I'm not saying she did
Like
something. I
she
don't know
acted a
because I don't
certain
know the
way?
whole story. But I'm just saying, like,
Uh-huh.
from my suspicion is she might have dated people around that guy's circle. You understand? Or maybe just easily open leg for a few guys around his circle.
Hey.
And then he sees it that, oh wow, if this guy easily got it, oh, she must be so easy. Let me go get mine. That kind of that's what I'm from the way I know African men. From where African men literally just always hold back when it comes to women. They African guys, man. Except maybe with some few exception, but a typical African man does not just advance towards a woman that quick like that. Unless he's been talking to you or you've kind of like been flirting, or it takes a while before African men really just advance towards you like that. He wouldn't advance towards if he doesn't think you're that easy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying all, and I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying like in a typical scenario. So what I'm suspecting is it's more than what she's just saying. Like, oh, these guys just came and sexually assault me like that, or sexually harass me like that. I mean, there's something you must have done, man. And the reason why I'm giving this suspicion is because I get that. I've heard stories from African guys. Literally, I've heard like when I went to Nigeria, literally some a
Yes.
Nigerian guy were
What
complaining that these
you do?
American women, they complain like, oh, they come here, they just so like they just be touching the guy in public, and you know those behavior in the West where
It's
you
for
dating a
free.
guy and
Like
just
they're
that
carefree.
free
Like
behavior.
because African women are shy. Like
They're shy,
African
exactly.
women.
If an African woman is sleeping with a guy, she want to hide it. You know, like you wouldn't even know they're sleeping together. You just sit there, you may sit there talking, sitting down, walking, but they wouldn't even hold hands in public because she don't want people to think or to know that she's, really having sexual, relationship with a guy. The African women really want to hide their sexual, behavior. But the
Life,
American
yeah.
women, they express it freely in public. It's American culture. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just the American culture. So when they come to Africa and they're doing it in public like that, people just see them as, oh wow, they tend to get the wrong perception. Like, oh, this girl, she must be, this easy because I saw her just touching this guy in public. So that I just think it's, it's bigger than what she's expressing. To be honest.
Oh my gosh, I can't. I
Can
didn't
I
even think
can I say
about that.
something?
I can't believe you're saying this.
What part of what am I saying that you don't believe?
I didn't block. I didn't make the connection that a shower behavior leads to something like this. So you're saying that the the assaults, her being harassed, had to do with um the way that she acts
No, I'm not
around.
saying that it's the case. I'm just giving a possible,
Ah, okay,
possible. I'm just saying there's a possibility. From I just told you.
got
Remember, I told you
you,
first
got
I came in.
you.
That I know African guys very well, and I also know American women very well. And then I also, from what I'm hearing from people in Africa, is that even last time I went to Nigeria, like literally, I see this Nigerian guy telling me, like, dude, these American women, they would just be touching the guy in public and be, like when they're dating an African guy, like some of them have Nigerian boyfriend. When they come over there, they will be holding me in public and be, how they kiss in public in America. In Africa, we don't do that. We do it in private. So, but when the American women come to Africa, they don't know that in the culture here, you don't do those things in
Yeah,
public, like kissing your boyfriend.
I had
Yeah,
I had
you,
this
Okay.
African American
African
friend. He
millennial.
was wait 1 second. I had an African American friend, and he made a sexual joke about me, and I was like, "You don't understand my culture. That's disrespectful." Because you don't even
exactly.
know. Like I don't
You
talk
know.
about that life. You won't even know anything. I already told people whatever's going on with me. None of you guys, nobody will know because that you don't talk about that in my culture. Just personally.
Exactly. So those cultural differences, I think that's what's going on in Ghana. Like, I think men are getting the wrong perception of the Western women when they get there. Like in Nigeria, if a girl is touching a guy in public or smooshing a guy in public or romancing a guy in public, everybody will see that girl as a, like, oh,
No,
she's a
that's
prostitute.
not
You know what I'm
fine.
saying? Exactly. But in America, it's normal. Once couples get on the street, they be kissing in public, just grabbing, massaging, just romancing each other in public. So what I'm thinking is maybe these American women, when they get to Ghana, they begin to do that stuff like that in public. Maybe that guy has seen her. Maybe she might
Okay.
have, most of these African men, most in the West, you can see a girl have like literally date like 4 different guys within a span of 2 months. Like she would date one guy and break up with him and just jump to the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Each of those guys, I'm just painting a scenario. Maybe each of those guys, she had a romantic, like some kind of romance, behavior with them in public, right? Maybe the first guy, when they went out in public, she was kissing him, and then after they broke up, and then the next guy she did it 2 weeks later, she went in public with him, kissed him, and the next guy, then people that might have seen her with 4 different guys within 2 months, kissing 4 different guys, they were like, dude, yo, you know, like, wow, we saw this girl kissing,
Yeah,
yeah, she kissed like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think it is. Well, most of these people need to understand the African culture before they start going to Africa, to be honest. That you can just bring that's not the way Africans roll. Like, when you go over there, they may misunderstand, who you are,
All right, so we're gonna let Mamesa go next.
Okay, thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? Yesterday my phone was bad.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why you guys like to make excuses so much when it comes to like something that's happened to Africa. and that people expose something negative. Mike is saying that cultural differences in Nigeria, people don't kiss in public. But how about Nigerian movie? I say Nigerian movie every time. Nigeria is becoming so westernized, way more than any other African country over there. Number one, I don't even know why you took it there. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. There was no misunderstanding. I follow Leslie. I watch all her videos. Like, she is very kind. And when it comes to African men, they don't know how to read women when it comes to that. Like, when you're kind and very nice, engaging with them, they take it as maybe you wanting them or whatever, but it wasn't even in that kind of circumstances. She was in an office with other people around. They were not in the closed, isolated space. It did not happen at his house or at her house or anything like that. It happened in public, in an office, with the chief of staff sitting right there across from her. So it's not like people were not there to see what happened. She said she had somebody that was helping her, that's Ghanaian, that was there helping her with the transaction. Not only that day, that I think that person is kind of like her how do you call that? Well, someone that she was advised to have a Ghanaian with her that's going to oversee and speak for her when needed and stuff like that. So he was there. So I don't know why we're taking it to a different
Nobody said we knew what happened, and nobody said this is what happened. We're just saying something that's possible.
Don't
That could
bring
have
that
happened. We're
into the
just giving a
conversation.
scenario. Why
You're
not?
diverting. You diverting.
Diverting from what to what? You know what?
From what the
You know what
issue was.
diverting means?
That's what you do all the time. You don't
When
like
you
to
divert, it means you change your topic to another topic. It's the same topic. So why am I
That's what you're
diverting?
doing. No, it wasn't in that circumstances. The circumstances is well defined. You know, we're not confused about what happened. The guy.
Were you there? How do you know?
It doesn't matter if you were there or
It
not.
does matter. You don't know the fact. I don't know the fact. So why are you telling me that I'm lying or you telling the truth?
We're discussing based on what she said.
But we can't go by what she said. That's her own account.
Oh my God.
Have you heard both sides of the story? Or were you, I mean, you can, and besides, did I even say that what she said was a lie or anything? What I said is there may be more to the story than what she told us. That's what I said. You know? And
We
I'm
don't
giving
know.
possible.
That's why we don't take that into
And we don't know. And I said I don't know. I'm just saying this is a possible scenario, and I give my possible scenario. So what are you talking about now? Why are you telling me that I'm?
You always do that. You don't like to stick to what is there. You just want to make up some stuff that come from out of the blue. Nobody says that they were in the private clothes.
I never said they were in private clothes. Did I say that?
Because you said she might have made some I don't know how you guys say that advance. She might have maybe and first of all, I don't know where
So you don't even know what I said. And so you don't even know what I said.
No. Nobody talks about sexual assault. That's something completely different. I don't know why you're talking about sexual assault.
Did I say what? How did I talk about sexual assault?
She said that she was assaulted, meaning she was touched without permission. And in Ghana, they don't even take it.
I didn't say she was sexually assaulted. I didn't say that, man. I don't know why you're making up stuff. You keep putting what in my mind.
You said
I don't know what's up.
African Millennium even corrected you. She said she.
You mean in the chat?
No, you said that when you were speaking.
I said she was sexually assaulted. What did I say? Can you quote what I said?
Go back and listen to yourself.
You don't even know. You telling me to go.
But anyway.
But I think you just hate me, man. What's up with you, man? Come on now.
That's why you said that she was provoking. She might have provoked him or something like that.
I didn't say that, man. Come on. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Are you serious? No, that's not what I said.
That's what you said, Mike. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I watch Leslie and all her video. I have watched all her video because I just like the way she is. Like, she's always joyful, always very kind and humble. If I was an American and going to Ghana, I would not even be that, that kind and humble. To be honest with you guys, you guys sit over here talking about Ghana like Ghana even treat their own people right. I would not even be kind and humble towards you guys. I'll be like, I don't know, not arrogant, but I would like keep you on your toes. To be honest with you, you guys I'm gonna hold you accountable for any and everything you do, because you guys expect so much from African American that you guys yourself don't do for your own people. It's so ridiculous. Even when you say that men in Ghana, whatever, they assault women a lot, even in the household, even in our home.
Really? Have you been to Ghana, Mamisi? Have you lived in Ghana before?
In Africa in general, in Africa,
You're
in the
accusing Ghana of
70s.
something, but have you
Go
been
watch
there? On
Nigerian
what
movie.
basis are you? On your
Nigerian
basis are you
movie
making this?
display.
So you're going by movies. So you're judging society by movies, by what you see in
No, no,
movies.
no.
Is that what it is? Is that what you're
They
doing?
depict what happened in society. Where do they get their idea from? Do they
So you
take?
go watch movie and based on what you see in movies that's what they do over there, right?
Where's
If
that
you don't
That's,
want to
pencil
believe me,
pen?
if you don't want to believe me, go watch your movie. So
so
always so
I should go
violent.
watch Nigerian movie to learn about Nigeria. Is that what you're telling me? Even though I grew up there, right? I have to go watch the movie now. To,
I
to,
know
to
that.
know
I
what
know
to
that
know about my
Nigerians.
for me to know about where I'm from, I need to go watch the movie, right?
Oh my God, I'm talking for people that don't know Nigeria. I know
So they should go
Nigerians.
watch movie if they want to learn about Nigeria. Go and watch Nigerian movie. Is that what you're telling them?
You're missing the point.
No, that's your point. That's what you're saying.
No, I say if someone is not, if you think I'm lying, right, and that
Uh-huh. They should go
I'm made
verify
up.
from movies, right?
Okay, all right. Bullet is also on the panel. Let him go ahead and then we'll continue. If he
Oh,
has an opinion.
hello, guys. The guys on the panel. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm
Good
fine.
evening.
Yeah. So, um, I think for the part where you were talking about buying land, maybe the government of Ghana should maybe create a system
They're
that will
not
allow. Sorry.
they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, maybe just to make it easy for Americans and Europeans to buy land so that they do not get scammed. Just a system for foreigners so that they do not get scammed. And then my second point was about the guy who touched the lady.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I, that guy was not supposed to touch the lady. That's maybe he could have told the lady to leave the office. Yeah, but forcing her to look at her, maybe because the lady said he touched her face. So I think the guy was wrong. But yeah, for now that's what I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you. And I do see Mameza has a point though. Um, it's very patriarchal, and I mean, see, I'm used to it, so I know there's nothing I could do about it. But a man can touch you, and nothing's gonna happen. I mean, that's just the case. I mean, I mean, it's culturally acceptable for people to touch you, not in that way, but in the way that happened. Yeah, that's culturally acceptable. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if people want to go there and deal with that, cool. But if they don't, then you shouldn't deal with that. You should not go there because that law is not going to change. I hate to break it to anybody, but the rules of patriarchy, when you're around certain men, you have to talk very soft and quiet and be like dumb. You can't go there and start yelling at them and doing insults. You can't be, there's a way that you have to conduct yourself that I guess in the West you don't have to. And I don't think people really realize that. But the point that you made that maybe diaspora should have a different land buying process, that's a good point because like the average Ghanaian, um they know that the land process is bad, but see, they're gonna act fake and act shocked and surprised like this happened. But nah, this happens all the time. That, like, I'm telling you, Ghana's land system is stuck in the 1950s. Like, it's not a modern land system. So I don't even know why foreigners are buying land. I guess because Nana Akufo-Addo said you come here. But yeah, I just don't recommend a lot of these things. You need to be doing things with people over there. Like, if you haven't been raised there and born there, you're not sure about the culture, you can't do things because things are different. They're so different over there.
But guys, we have to understand, like, now it's sort of a movement for Black Americans to go to Ghana and want to resettle there. So I think the relationship is still new. So Black Americans will learn the culture of West Africa, and yeah, they will know how to behave. We shouldn't
You think
criticize too
you
much
think
because
you
now
think that they can learn, you think that there's gonna
yeah,
be
because
integration?
they yeah, because I've seen Black Americans going to Asian countries and they know how to behave in Asian countries. So I'm amazed when they go to West Africa, they do not know how to behave. So the relationship is new. These guys will learn the culture of West Africa. So we shouldn't criticize Ghana too much. They will learn how to integrate with the citizens of Ghana.
Got you. All right, Bantu supremacists. Bantu supremacists, do you have anything to say?
Oh, can anyone hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. African millennia, this is Jude. Um it seems like I've been following the discussion, but I just got here. But this is the thing, right? The governments in Africa is a joke. Um if you don't have things in place, you don't want to invite people to come over and take advantage of your economy, of your things that you have. If you don't have things in place, if you don't have laws in place, when the law doesn't work, people take advantage of you. And this is the thing most African countries, I'm even saying most, this is the thing all African countries are, these are the problems all African countries are facing. We lack that we have that lawless system in Africa. And if we don't put our things together, then somebody will do it for us. They will keep taking advantage of a black person. You see what is happening in the Gambia. People go in the Gambia and disrespect the landlords and take everything into granted. You see a man having almost like 50,000 hectares of land in a country that is not as big as United States. They are doing in Ghana. You see people suing people left and right, taking the American system and taking it to Africa, right? And then they bring it to social media, making your whole country look crazy, you know. And this is the thing, they forget that social media is a form of social media is that thing that most people go to find out what countries they want to go to. Then when people come on social media and see how the country is being disrespected online, it portrays a negative impact on the on the social space, and that's what is happening, right? So I'm not blaming these people for moving into your country, but I'm blaming Africans for not having laws in place that is protecting their own people. Because when you come to United States where we live at, there are certain things that an immigrant cannot do in the United States. Now, when you have people moving to Africa, instead of calling them immigrants, they call themselves there's another name that they call them. Um,
Diaspora.
Not even diaspora. There's repatriate.
Oh, yeah.
Repatriate. This is the thing, right? Those are words that are very confusing. You have an African comes to America or Canada, they call him an immigrant. You have a person move from the United States to Africa, they call him a repatriate. It makes no sense, right? They are going there to work. Now they claim they are not working, but they have things that are going on under the ground. So that's, I mean, if you are servicing people, it means you are still getting money coming in. So you are an immigrant as well, right? Now, if you want to claim being an African American, or you're black, so you call yourself, or your families came from Africa or African soil, and then you are claiming that part of the country, and then it's based on that country. But if you in real laws, those people are called immigrants because they are coming into your country to take advantage of what is going on. So the moment you don't have those laws in place, the moment you mistakenly say repatriate and immigrants, then there's a problem, because Americans do not even consider Africans as repatriate in the United States. So I don't know why Africans should be considering people as repatriate to Africa. It just makes no sense. Once you don't have laws that protect your own people first, then they will take advantage of you. So that's just all what I want to say. But at the same time, look, people should respect the law in Africa. Once you go to Africa, just the fact that you leave America doesn't mean you know everything. When you go to Africa, you have to get into the system and go by their laws. Even if their court system takes 2 years and you live in America and the court system take 1 month, it doesn't matter. That's the law of that country. You have to respect it no matter what. See, when people live here, they have never been to college, they go to Africa, they claim, they start doing YouTube, and they tell you how many degrees they got. I live in the state. I know where these people school. I know most of them haven't gone to high school yet. And when they go to Africa, when they speak those high language, we feel like, oh, wow, they went to Harvard and stuff like that, which is not. So people should respect their lane and respect the countries that they live and the laws that they have in place. And that's just all what I want to say.
I want to answer Judy. Okay? People just so funny. We African, we are so funny and so delusional. It always baffles me when I hear you guys talk about African American in Africa. So basically, your standard it's going to be set on African American. People respect people that respect themselves. I'm always going to tell you guys that. You guys cannot ask respect when you guys don't respect your own self. You want them to come to Africa and respect the law. How did they learn how to disrespect the law in Africa, Judy? Tell me. They learn it from us, from you and me and the people over there. When they get over there, you guys see them on YouTube, right? The part that you guys see on YouTube is the part that they want to show you. But when they're on the ground, all those people on the ground, in the neighborhood, even the people that befriend them, tells them all about the system in place. Okay? Even ourselves, we don't even do a good job telling them the truth, first of all, before they even get there. Because you guys come here on the internet, like trying to clean the image of something that is not, trying to pretend, trying to not acknowledge the truth. And they go over there maybe with high expectation. And when they get there, people tell them, hey, don't do it like that. Hey, come here. We do it this way, back, under the table. How do you want them to respect you?
Yeah, I agree with that, and that's why I think more Africans should be honest about certain stuff. So that's why I'm telling a lot of people don't go to Ghana, not because it's a bad country, but you're not gonna be able to adapt to the nonsense that the Ghanaian government has let people become normal. Like you're just not.
Right.
You don't want to deal with corruption. Like you just don't want to deal with it. So just go there to visit. I don't know why they're buying land there. Oh, actually, I do know why. The Ghanaians should just be more honest about Ghana, in my opinion.
Look, let me add a little something on it. I've been on this trip for so long, so I know what is going on. When people go to Africa and take advantage of the system, that's a problem. Mamizi, you from Cameroon, I'm from Cameroon as well. So this is the thing. People are not going to Cameroon because they know the countries that they can take advantage of. And they are going to countries that they feel like they are more secure. and they are going to countries that they feel like they are more secure. So you see, they are going to Ghana, they're going to Ghana, they're going to East Africa. I mean, somebody mic is on, so I don't know. But this is the thing, right? This is the thing. People, Africans are selling a dream to African Americans that is not working, and people have to respect that. And when these people go to Africa, they are taking advantage of the people. They go to Gambia, they take advantage over the men. I've seen a lady that left America who have almost 4 children. They are grown people. He went to Africa, maybe in Ghana, and get married and get involved with a young guy who is 29 years old. And the guy doesn't have no children yet. But this woman wants to marry that guy of 29. This is because she got money. Now you are stopping the guy from growing his own family. The guy cannot give. I mean, you already have your 4 children. Now you are getting involved.
Judy.
You can't bring
Now,
that.
let me finish. Now you are getting involved with a guy which is 29 who got his own future.
He's talking
He
about
wants to have kids.
But Judith, sorry to say this, man. So a 29-year-old man cannot make decision for himself. Is that what you're telling me?
Bro. Now let me tell you, she left America. She got that money. She goes to Africa.
Okay, fine. But she didn't use the money to. She used money, but not gun, right?
You can make decision for yourself, but money controls people.
So if I give you money, to go jump off a cliff, you're gonna jump.
Africans gonna
Bro,
kill me.
I'm telling you what is happening in Africa. Once
If I offer you money to go jump off a cliff, would you jump off a cliff?
People are even taking money and killing their own family members.
Well, that's them making bad decisions. It's not nobody else's fault.
But you from Nigeria, man, you should know that. But I'm telling you,
I know, but I won't blame somebody that offer you money to do something.
Let me explain what this lady did. She left America. She got her 4 children. They're almost done with high school. They're getting into college. She decided to move to Africa, get married to a young guy who's 29 years old. This guy don't have no children. And then
these men accepted.
They live for 5 months, and the guy started cheating. And the lady was complaining that she spent her whole money on this guy, and this guy is cheating. But you went and got involved with a young guy who wants to get his own family.
Dude, I don't know why you're getting involved in adults.
No,
they're 2 grown adults. I don't know why you are complaining about 2 adults making this.
Bro, let me go to my point now. After this is done, these are the things that I call laws that are very disrespectful. There have to be a mindset in Africa where our people are groomed, not to be taken advantage of. These are the kind of things when people are
talking something that makes sense. Because
that's what I'm telling you. That was where I was coming to. When people are these are the kind of we have to have a certain education to our people.
Exactly.
Right. So, but when you don't have all these things in place, people come over and take advantage, because this thing that happened was advantage. It wasn't something like, oh, it's advantage because the guy is poor.
She took advantage of his ignorance. Is that what you're saying?
They took advantage of his ignorance. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think Africans are that dumb. I don't know anyone
that's what you're talking about. Even in Nigeria, you know things like this happen.
Mike,
what are you talking about?
If you're 29 in Africa, you are dumb. You don't have sense. You can't. There's no way you can survive in Africa. You don't have.
No, Mike, that's not what he's
saying. The first thing you learn growing up in Africa is common sense.
Now you are changing my word.
No, that is so ignorant that he can't think. He can't even think to the point where he can't even.
Mike, your average African is dumb. Okay.
Average Cameroonian. I don't know.
Come on, Mike. Don't
dumb by design. Our people are dumb by design. It's not something that is. It's not like in the.
Have you lived all over Africa? That you are saying all
if
Africa?
You are not educated. If you are not put in the environment where you can even know what's going on around the world. You are given an education to subjugate yourself to whatever power it's under you.
We are talking about common sense decision.
Their view of life is limited, very limited. When they see an American, what you talking about? Is it on Michael on 30 Day Fiancé over there with Angela, that big woman, a young, handsome Nigerian girl, man? You see what that guy has to go through just to come to America. You can cry. He is educated. He is handsome. He's young. He's healthy. But he has to go through that. Like,
you saying it's dumb too?
Basically, from that American woman, big woman, she even, I guess she had surgery to lose weight or whatever. Michael, your brothers, a lot of your brother are on 90-day fiancé. Go talk to them.
They're not my brothers. They're
Mike,
not
Mike,
from my
why are you
family. So.
acting? You live in the state of Texas, but you acting like things like this don't happen in your country, man. You can't be so naive. These are
Things
things that
happen
happen
everywhere,
in
man.
Nigeria.
Bad things happen everywhere. Things happen everywhere. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if grown men, if grown women are making decisions, that's on them.
Mentally, they're not this. They're
But
not.
I
They're
didn't
not.
say I said advantage. They are taking
No
advantage
one is
of
taking
you.
advantage, man. If no one
What
put a gun on your head to do something, it's not just your fault. If you are so desperate for money, that's on you.
do you
They,
know?
they
Do you
say,
know what is
Jude,
advantage? Do you
Jude,
know
Jude,
what?
Jude, Jude, when you live in America, right? When you're desperate for a job, and you know these company factory owners, and they're using you to work extra hours, and they're paying you minimum wage. If you don't have a choice, you really need a job. You do the job, right?
But
Do
do you
people
know
run
what
around
they
saying they're
call
taking
somebody?
advantage of you
Do you know why they say your employer is taking advantage of you?
when they're underpaying you? It's your choice. You have a choice to quit the job. So no one can be
That's
sitting
taking
around.
advantage. They are taking advantage because you have to go
That's
to your.
that's. I don't know why you guys have this victim mentality that it's somebody
No, I
else's
don't
fault.
have it, man. I'm from
It's someone's
Africa, so I
fault.
have that strong
Someone is
mentality. Like,
victimizing you. No,
okay,
you're making your decision. If no one put a gun on your head to do anything,
man, let's
it's
stay on
they're
topic.
not taking advantage of you.
Let's stay on topic.
Yeah. But what I would say is the I mean, well,
Wait. Sorry about that. I was muted for a second, but I want especially everyone on the panel to really just answer this question because I don't think people want to admit it. But do you think that there's a such thing as toxic masculinity? Think that there's a
depends how
such
you
thing as
define it.
toxic?
I don't even know what it means. So what's the definition? I mean, people use words these days.
Are you sure you don't know what it means?
They use words these
Okay,
days. They'll say
yeah. Toxic masculinity is, I guess, feeling like you can, feeling like all women are yours. You know what I mean? Basically, like, do you think that exists in some African countries?
that a man feel like every woman belongs to him, like he wants to sleep with every woman.
No, no. Okay, fine. That men are better than women. So like when a woman talks, like it's not important. Like if she's not in the kitchen, like who cares? You know what I mean? Do you feel like some Africans feel that way?
I think what I'd say is some men feel like women are less than them, like a woman is inferior to them. Some men think like that. Like they think because they're physically stronger, they're more dominant in areas of life. Automatically, women just inherently, it's a woman is inherently lower than them. It's not peculiar to Africa. Even I mean, you have countries that even make law to put women like countries like Iran. They tell women everything how to they control them. Now, what I think is, to me, I don't personally, I don't think a woman is inherently beneath a man. You know, I don't think anyone is beneath anyone. But however, I can admit that we have areas where a woman has we're not like we're different. Where a man has more strengths, and the areas where women have strengths, their own strengths. But when we're talking about intellectually, logically, I don't think anyone is above anyone. So where I always disagree is when you start saying women cannot contribute in societal um, issues. Like maybe want to discuss solutions to societal problems, and there's only men in the room. I don't agree with that. Or in a marriage, a man just want to make all the decisions without a woman saying anything. I see that a lot in many cultures. Some men, and I think that's a very bad thing because a woman is just. I mean, when it comes to the brain, I don't think anyone's brain is bigger than the other. But when we're saying okay, there's certain things, there's certain personality trait that man has. Like for example, men tend to want to move quicker to get things done. Women tend to take slower pace. You understand? And in a situation like that, where you know that okay, you have like let's say in an interaction, whether it's in a relationship, you have to find an area where you have strengths and the area where the woman has a strength. And you, if you know that whichever area you have the strength, you be in charge of that area. that department. Whichever area she has a strength, let her be in charge. You get what I'm saying? So that's the way I think society should work. I think it should be a bit more of partnership between men and women, no just what they call it a dictatorship, a man dictatorship. That's what I mean. I think.
Ian,
No,
Yeah.
I want to know, guys, like for example, if there are people who are married, then they move to Europe or USA, does the marriage last or do they
Come
get
on.
divorced?
I already know this. Usually it doesn't.
Nah, it
Well,
doesn't.
Yeah,
Divorce.
with the older generation, I would say is not the bad, but younger generation, it doesn't last like that. I'll be honest.
so
doesn't.
so I think it's because maybe Africa is not liberal like USA and Europe. So when they move to the West, the woman starts to experience liberalism, like not being shamed for divorcing a man. So they have more freedom compared to being in Africa. So yeah, I think Africa has a problem of patriarchy and masculinity. That's my
No,
take on
no. This is the thing. This is the thing, right? Africa, like when you talk of Africa, you have to be specific because there are some countries in Africa that really actually gives
I see
priority
green
to
bean,
women.
or boomerang, or nail, or ice cream. I see satellite.
Is somebody saying something? Oh, okay. Yeah, what I was saying is there are some countries in Africa that give priorities to women, but this is the thing: when women move to United States or families move to United States, why do they separate? Why do things not work well in Africa? Right? There's maybe jobs in Africa, and the main thing in Africa is jobs. When people don't have jobs, they kind of like live in a low comfort area. But when you come to United States, there's that mentality of like struggling. There's a lot of bills to pay. So when a woman started work, there's this engagement. Women start. I mean, in Africa, a woman can live with you without paying bills. But in United States, families grow bigger, bills becomes bigger. Maybe the man cannot afford it, and maybe the woman, has to start working. And this is where things go viral because both of them are working now. They start seeing each other as having the same things to do. The man cannot pay bills, the woman has to do that. So when things like this start happening, there's now conflict. Sometimes the woman doesn't take it anymore, and people break. But at the same time, families still work well when people come here and they want to stick together. But at the same time, it doesn't. So it's just it might and it might not. So it's not like, oh, everybody comes here and they divorce. I've seen people that comes here and they work things out and they've been together. I've seen others that comes here and it just doesn't work out. It depends from how good were you guys relationship from the ground up. If you grew up knowing a man in Africa and the way you guys were, when you come here, maybe you guys might have problems, but it might still go down to solving. But if it's not, then yeah, things gonna go zigzag. But the mentality in America is different because it's a kind of mentality where you don't touch a woman by hand, you don't say loud. So when women start going out on their own way and started getting a little bit of education, and they started talking to their friends what is going on, they start getting it so much because feminism is the freedom of speech, that and that. So those are the kind of you might be right in some way, but I think exposed, yeah, because you meet different people, right?
I
White,
think
black.
this is what I think, Jude. I think the mistake people are making these days, it's not only African men, even men in the world today, is they don't want to move with time and they don't want to
Right,
adjust with the environment.
right,
If you're living in Cameroon and the norm in Cameroon is that a woman is supposed to be like this, a woman is supposed to do this, a man is supposed to be like this, a woman is supposed to be like that. That's due to the nature of the environment. That's why you have to work together. So now when you move away from Cameroon, you move to the United States, it's a different environment. The role is not going to be the same role in Cameroon. So now you don't begin to think like you're still in Cameroon and begin to engage your woman like you're still in Cameroon, or engage your man like you're still in Cameroon. You have to first of all analyze that, okay, this is a new environment. How can we survive this environment? How can the relationship work in this environment with a different manner? So that's the mistake a lot of African make.
Yeah,
African
but
make.
but
The thing
but
is,
don't.
let me lie. In a lot of divorces, I see a lot of Nigerian divorces. I'm like, you guys are foolish. It's just they come and complain. I'm like, why are you complaining? Okay, you were in Africa with your wife. You're the one working, bringing the money, and she's home. And in Africa, typically there's really no job for women and things like that.
Right.
Now, that was your role there, and then of course in your relationship, the way she's going to interact with you, it's going to be in a manner that, okay, this guy is the one bringing the money, so I got to make sure I'm cooking, I'm taking care of it, and then I got to talk, a certain way I got to relate to him, giving that respect of bringing that money in. And then now you both move to America. She go get a job, you go get a job, you're both making the same amount of money, and you still want her to keep like engaging you in the same manner like you're back home, like the guy that's bringing all the money. And then you pissed off that she's no longer relating to you the same manner back home, and then you think it's her fault. She can't relate to you in the same manner. You're no longer in that same dynamic. You understand? It's a different dynamic.
Right.
Just figure a way to reshape your thinking and adjust to the new environment rather than get mad and then you come and complain like she came to America and she changed. What the heck? It's just supposed to be.
Wow.
Yes, you gotta change. You gotta change. You're no longer in Cameroon. You can't be. You can't be behaving like a woman cannot be behaving like she's in Cameroon. She's in
Man,
Cameroon.
stop
What do
putting
you
me
She's
on
in
mean
Don't
by
blast.
believe
that?
America.
you just said that, Mike.
Hmm?
Wow, I'm impressed by what you just said now.
I
But
mean,
that was my
that's
point.
what I mean. Like people, I don't get it. You move to a different environment. You got to adjust to the environment. You can't expect if someone keep acting like it's back. And the same thing, even with modern men, they complain about modern women. Okay, the modern women. Listen. Okay, they are modern women. Time has changed. They're no longer traditional women. So figure a
Yeah.
way to adjust. You have to
Exactly.
adjust
I
to.
agree
You
100%.
understand what I'm saying? If
Yep.
women have become modern, you can't change them back to go back to traditional. They are modern. Just accept it. So now what you need to do is figure a way, a new way to engage, to coexist with the modern women, rather than sit around and complain and cry and start a gender war and all that shit. The world has changed. It's evolution. Adjust with time. Don't hold
But
on.
But
but
Don't
we have
let
to
Okay,
behind.
Mike,
defend
Mike,
modern
Mike,
women.
I don't
but
think
We have to
I don't
defend
think
modern
people
women.
are gonna adjust with the time. I'm just being honest. I think a lot of African men still have this expectation that African women are gonna, like, you could beat her and she's not gonna do anything about it. Which
No, that's
the
something
new
different.
generation is not doing that. Like, they're not dealing with that. Like, it's times have changed, but
They shouldn't even be beating women.
I know, right? But
That's
it's
a
like,
weakness.
if you
but
beat women,
guys,
I'm
right?
sure
guys,
Mermaids,
African
I'm just
sisters do
speaking
not beat
from
their
what I've
women.
seen, right? If you beat women, it's no big deal because she's gonna tell her mom, and her mom's gonna be like, "What did you do that he's beating you?" It's not even like, "Are you okay?" It's gonna be like, "What did you do that he got so mad that he's beating you?" That's the average mentality. I, I've seen it all my life, so I don't want to act
so
like I don't know what happens. Like, I don't want to act like we have domestic abuse hotlines. We don't, and
And
they
what
don't
people
get
don't
taken
understand is
seriously.
the psychology behind the idea of the guy beat a woman and then the family will say no, just deal with it. It's because back in the days go live to husband's house, and if you leave your husband, you got to go back to your parents' house. So they will say, listen, it's better you deal with the ass whooping and come back and stay with your father and things like that. But in a modern day, the woman doesn't go back to her parents' house.
See,
It's a different
see,
time,
see,
so you
Mike,
can't beat the woman anymore. You got to
yeah,
stop the beating.
Mike,
you
Mike,
know
Mike,
Mike.
but men when you do not, when you refuse to adapt to the current times, that means you are still holding on to patriarchy, because what we have been explaining is patriarchy, and when you refuse to adapt, that means you are still holding on to patriarchy. My point was, when this couple comes to let's say Europe or USA, the moment the husband beats the wife can now go to the police station and open a case. The police won't tell the wife to go back home. You understand? The police will actually open a case against the husband. So that was my point, that we African men, we do not want to let go of patriarchy.
This is look. Let me say something, right? It seems like people are confused between a modern culture and an African culture. You know, I mean, going into a modern culture doesn't mean you should leave away an African culture, right? So, despite the fact that you want to come here and get involved in a modern culture, that still doesn't take your Africanism away or something. So, I mean, in Africa, you learn to stick together no matter for better and for worse, and that's just what it is. So, if you are
I
getting
don't, I don't,
involved,
I don't think culture. I don't think certain behavior is culture. You know, like for example, slapping a woman or beating a woman. I don't think that's culture. That's
bro,
just something that happens. You know. See,
there are
and
things
and
that
and,
is
and
culture.
when,
There are
when we
things
come
that
to
is
the
not.
West, wait, let me
Right.
learn. Let me learn. When you come to America, the bad thing that you see there, human do, human traits. It's not culture. It's just human nature, human bad behavior. That's what it is. And you carry that behavior because the environment tolerates, allows you to carry it out. You know. So what I'm arguing is not the bad behavior of in any way that I'm telling people to adjust to. What I'm saying is certain things is not a bad behavior. It's just a different behavior. You understand? Like the example I gave you,
I,
like
I understand.
okay,
I understand the
no, no,
example.
like the woman in Africa, she's not working, so you're the one bringing all the money. So of course she's got to, talk like talk to you in a very worshiping manner, right? Because of course you're the boss. You bring it, they pay the cost to be the boss. If you're the one sweating all day and everything, she's got to like literally, drop. I mean, give that level, that honor to that high level. But now if you're come to America now and she's working, making just same amount of money as you, she shouldn't have to still give you that same high level of honor. Now, I'm not saying she should dishonor you, but she shouldn't be on the same high level as you, the one paying all the paying all the costs. You understand? So does that mean it's negative? No, it's not negative. She's not disrespecting you. She's just not giving you that same high level of worship because you're both making equal amount of money. But she should give you always respect you and always, just do the right thing, not do bad things to you. But she doesn't have to go out of our way like she was in Africa when she wasn't working, when you're the one bringing everything to the table. It has to be more on a balance, So now,
Yeah,
does that mean
Mike.
is that a change? That a change in culture? Yeah, you can call it change in culture, but is there a bad change? No, it's not a bad change.
I agree. I agree with Mike, because like even if you check in the West, women I think women still prefer patriarchy, but they do not want that deep
Yeah.
patriarchy.
Okay, so I'll explain it to you. Women still respect patriarchy, but it's like
The light
75%
version of it.
patriarchy. It's not the extreme patriarchy, but they still
Yeah,
want patriarchy, if that makes sense.
yeah. That's what I've seen, because even if women they have a job, they work, they are bringing in money, they still prefer a man that's doing more than them, and a man that will be able to control the household. So yeah, patriarchy, it's still there in the West, but it's a light version compared to what's going on in Africa.
No, I think like patriarchal system of control in America is dying down, especially amongst the black community. I've experienced a lot. I've seen a lot of there have been a lot of divorce in America, especially in blacks community, and most women are becoming so feminist and they are becoming independent in such a way where they feel like they could take control over their children and they can be on their own without having
But
the benefit from
now
the man.
understand, those women, the moment they start entering into another relationship, they are most probably going to choose someone who's making more than them, even if they are
Not
independent.
necessarily.
No, not
No.
necessarily.
No.
No.
Let me, because my mom makes more than my dad significantly, and she still respects my dad. So it's not as much to do with money as you think it is. It's more about the role of the person.
But
Right.
now, is your mom an American woman?
No.
Do you understand? Is a woman still going to respect a man when she's making more than the men?
Vice
On average, that's what I'm saying.
sometimes it happens, sometimes it not. I've seen a lot of women that makes more than their men, and sometimes they go into divorce because they don't want to take that role. They look at the man's lesser. And I've seen a lot of times, even in my own Cameroonian community, there was a lady who was in Ohio. She was living in Ohio, Columbus precisely. She got involved because the husband probably sent her to school, and she became a nurse. And I'm
Mm.
guessing a nurse was
Yeah, but I
actually
think his point is that they're not Americans. They're just living in America. So they've
oh,
been socialized differently.
right. That's what I'm saying. This family, they're from Cameroon, right? And the lady is a nurse, so she was probably making more than the husband was working in a warehouse. So after some times, I think things weren't going well. They have 3 children, and things weren't going well for both. Based on see, when somebody is making more, especially women, they tend to mingle around with people that are making the same amount, or a guy that is making the same amount of what they are making, or probably higher. And when they start
Habibi, is
doing
this true?
But Jude,
right,
Jude, Jude, when you say she looked down, like what do you mean? Be
um,
specific.
right, specific in that. Okay, when she goes to work and come back, maybe the guy works a warehouse job. She expect the man to do a lot at home. You know,
Like,
A
is
lot at
this
home, like
like
what?
true?
Like what?
right. She
I might be in the wrong community because this is true. Women act like that.
right.
Who?
This is
Which
what.
type of women are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about based on the woman, the lady that I'm referring to. She went,
Okay.
she went to work. She comes back. She expect the man to do a lot at home because she claims she go to work and she's tired and she does overtime, and you only make less and stuff like that. So she expect the man to take a lot of do things. Go get the children from school, go make food and do all that.
Make
So
food?
Big
so
Mike, would you do this nonsense? I've
No, that's the
even
deal,
been
though. That's the deal.
I've
No,
been taught. Listen,
no.
I've been taught that you could work 60 hours and still keep a household. So I'm just wondering, Mike, would you accept this behavior?
Which one? From the woman?
No, no, no. Would you expect your wife to tell you that you have to clean the house, clean the dishes, and all that?
and
Like,
go carry your
No,
kids from
that's the
school.
deal. That's the deal. If let's say she goes to work, like nurse, for example, nurses, and that most of these problems are usually with a nurse, a woman as a nurse. I know a lot of African Nigerians that got problem with their wife, and most
And
of
that's
ninety
yep,
percent of the time, that wife is
and
a
that's what I'm
nurse.
telling you.
Now, here's the deal, African millennial. The occupation in America that work the longest hours are nurses. They stand on their feet for 16 hours straight. Like they make good money, but they work freaking long hours, dude. Now, here's the problem with African men, right? They don't like when the woman has worked that long hours, right? And she comes home, she's tired, dude. Her leg is freaking like gone. Now he now think it makes sense because the man, the kind of job he usually does, maybe we work like maybe 8 hours or something. Most of the time, office job we sit down, and we're not that stressed. And she knows that. Though some women they're bad with communication, I will say that it's just a communication breakdown. So now she feels like, I mean, if I work longer hours, maybe makes sense for you to be the one to walk to go pick up the kids in school, or maybe the clean the house or something like that. Maybe it makes sense that you do that. So the guy, because he has the mentality from Africa that, hold on, it's the job of a woman to clean the house and pick up the kids and take care of the kids and things like that. So he look at it as, how dare you tell me to do that, to do work at home when it's a woman's job? You see what I'm saying? So now they begin to, because of his ego,
Yep,
he
and that
begins
was
to
where
think she
that was
she
where the problem
disrespecting him.
started. Yep,
Huh? He
that
sees
was
that
where.
as a disrespect, like she's expecting me to do more in the house. What is wrong with you doing? Is it not your house? Clean your damn house, dude. What is wrong with that? Are they not your kids? Go pick them up. What do you have to? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you move to a different environment, you're no longer in Africa, dude. In Africa, the woman is not a nurse working 16 hours straight, standing on her feet. So you can't be expecting her to act like she was in Africa, because it's a different place. In Africa, these women don't do shit, man. They sit around and gossip. They have energy to pick up the kids and cook all day and do that. This is America. And a lot
Like
of
you
these
are coming
African
back to
men
my
don't want to
point, man.
understand that.
I
They
just
don't
made
want
the
to
point.
understand it, man. They begin to complain and go talk shit about the woman. You know how many of my Nigerian guys I get like they're like, yo, these guys you like women. I'm like, no. I'm being pragmatic. I'm not taking side or anything. Use your logic. Life is about logic. Just think. The thing is, when you have a problem, just analyze the big picture and solve it. Don't just use emotion to be approaching problems. So this man, when the woman talks to them, rather than trying to sit back and think while she's talking like that, what the hell is the problem? And things and look at the whole big picture. Like, okay, she's talking like this. She's stressed. She's just worked freaking 18 hours dealing with other nurses that are insulting her and things like that. So she come home, she's stressed. And she's talking to you the way she would not normally talk to you back home in Africa. Just don't react. Just think about the situation. Just analyze it. Be like a freaking what they call it, psychologist or whatever they call them. And just look at the situation first before you start making judgment and start fighting a woman and saying she's no longer she changed. She's become Americanized. Shut the hell up, man. Use your brain, man. You know, that's the problem with a lot of the African men, dude. That's why they just fight the women and end up divorcing. Because they don't want to adjust with the new society.
But there's nothing like a new society, man. This is the thing.
It's
You
different,
fail to
dude.
understand that you can move from one environment. Look, when an Indian person moved from India to United States, his status doesn't change as an Indian. The level of modernity doesn't change. I've seen so many Indian doctors, female doctors, they have been here for so long, but they go back home and get married to their men, and they bring them here, and they still live like they're in India. There are certain things that culture, like your life.
Judy,
See,
hold on.
Judy, for the most part, we still live like an
Some
African.
of those women divorce. I work in the healthcare, and there's a lot of doctors, Indian doctor. And some of those women are miserable. Go ask them.
What you mean miserable? I mean, maybe
They're
the
they're
ones that
not
you work
happy.
with.
They're not
Oh yeah.
happy. Yeah, of
Did they
course.
tell you?
Who want to be treated like a help?
Judy,
Well, Mike,
there's nothing that's going on in the African community. It's not going on in other Indian, Hispanic. All the only difference is they don't put in, they don't head out in public. That's the difference.
But
I even tell
that's why
my
I'm telling you that they're miserable. I have co-workers. They're miserable. You have to talk at woman. They will want their husband to help more and to even be more empathetic. You know, just like us, there's a lot of African marriages that are intact, but women are not happy because those men are still like strong-headed. They have no compassion for women. I mean, it's just the way we were raised. That's how it is. Even when we move, they don't understand that they have to kind of like meet us halfway. They still expect you to do everything, and when you don't, they take it as like you being combative or something like that. Yeah, don't take that.
Yeah,
this is the thing.
60% of African women in the West are married and not happy, but they're just not gonna say it. But
Even
you
at
see
home,
it.
they're not happy because these men don't listen. Mike, let me tell you something. I was telling you something here the other day. You never understood. You understood partly. Partly you understood because you're the only one that gave me kind of like a response. You told me that you don't have time. You rather work. You don't have time to
Yeah,
for
Mike's
extra
answer
stuff.
was very good. I'm actually shocked that he even realized that.
Oh yeah, I was impressed. To be honest, I'm impressed by everything I'm hearing from Mike. What you just saying, Mike, to me, it's even enough. Last time I was telling you how African men uh, rarely connect to their women. You know, there's a gender role. He just does his role. He doesn't even look at his wife to know what his wife's the real needs are. He just do what he think he does his job on his role, and don't even care about this the specific. You know, the detail. Like he's not, when I was talking about connection, and you were like, no, when I work so hard, I don't have time to be doing extra stuff. I don't have time to be like come and cry with you or whatever. Let's cry, whatever. That's not what I was saying. I'm talking about like making connection, understand what your wife specific needs are as a person. You know, that is even uh um away from what the gender roles are. We can all be doing what we're supposed to do, but there's still a lack of connection between you and I.
Right, but there's a question I want to ask. Right, why do women, when I mean, like, if you're in America and there's an African woman, why is it that when they start making more money, right, it's hard for them to get married because or they don't pick guys that make less than them. I haven't seen that. Like, you could
But
actually see a guy that is not making money, or that makes more money, but actually picks a girl that doesn't make money, right? So how does why is that? Why do women value their status and their lifestyle so much? African
I don't
women
think they do.
But
Listen,
we are going back to what we were saying, that women still prefer the light version of patriarchy. Would you want your daughter to marry someone who's poor or who's making less than her? I
It doesn't
personally,
matter. See, that's
I
the thing.
personally,
That's
do
the
not want
mentality.
that. I personally do not want
Mike
that.
is
Bullet,
like, it
bullet.
doesn't matter.
Okay,
Huh?
bullet.
Mike,
Is it your name,
stop
bullet?
lying, man. Mike,
Huh?
stop lying right now. Stop
What do you
lying to
mean?
me.
matters to me a lot.
No,
What do you
Mike,
mean?
stop lying to me. Stop
Stop lying. What do
lying
you mean?
and
I'm
saying
lying.
you
Lying in what sense?
Mike, you're lying. You're saying
Lying,
it
lie.
doesn't matter. Are you
No, no. Let me.
so
If I
if you're
explain, you on it.
so dowry, right? Are you gonna give your daughter to a cheap guy? Like, are you really gonna do that?
Again, and that's the problem. You guys are stuck with culture. You understand?
Oh my
Am I saying
god.
culture is bad? It's not bad. Listen. In Africa, the dynamic of the environment is that the economic situation there does not favor women. You understand? Most of the, I will gladly we move. It was the old world until industrialization came. Back in the day, it was more of most of the job was just for men. So expectation is that a man should always strive and make it. You got to go out there and hustle and make it. So the expectation is that you got to marry a man that makes money and things like that. You understand? But the world has changed. You understand? Now in Africa, yeah, you want to expect that because I mean it's hard to make it. You want your daughter to get with a guy and make it so she doesn't have to be in poverty and things like that. But if you move to the West, right? You can't say you cannot have the same mentality saying the man you gotta end up with must be the guy that make more money than you and things like that. Yeah, it makes sense to say, yeah, don't be with a guy that's completely broke. Yeah, I understand that. But the idea that because you're a doctor, you make $200,000 a year and your whatever you meet a guy that's let's say that has a career that pays less, that only pays him $150,000 a year, and oh, it's not good enough for you. That's stupid. That's stupidity. I don't think the basis
But
for
Mike,
I don't think the
No, I
basis
don't.
for listen.
I'm sure.
The basis for first of all, the basis for a union between man and woman shouldn't be factored on based on money. It should be for
But Mike,
legacy. You're trying to raise children, right? Next generation and have a union. I don't know why people put money in this. What does money have to do with a union between men and women?
Mike,
The money should only
what
be
you
for the survivor of it's only should be for survivor. And when you're in an environment like in the Western world where you're both not struggling, what the hell is the plan with how much? What is this competition with who makes more money? What the hell is that, man?
but Mike, what you are saying, what you are saying, majority of the people know it, but they do not want to accept it.
Exactly.
That's why I was saying women still prefer patriarchy, but the light patriarchy.
But
I don't think who
patriarchy
makes
has
more
nothing
money
to
should
do
have
with
anything to do with
money.
patriarchy. I
Sorry?
don't think. Listen, okay.
Mike, let me answer the question, Mike. Let me give you my perspective. Listen, I would rather, but what you just described, it's acceptable. I would marry if I'm making $200,000. My husband is making $100,000. That means he can take care of it. He can even take care of me. Like if I lose my job, he can take care of us. That's fine. I'm just talking. We're talking about like you having a good job and the guy is somebody that hasn't even like finished his education. You know, let me answer in another in a different way. Like the reason why it's preferable for a woman to marry a man that is like financially like stable is because men usually like they resent women that have more than them. In a relationship they have this inferiority complex where they think anything you say they like you saying it because you have more money. It
Not
becomes a
not a man
complex,
with brain.
you
Not a
know.
man with brain. Not me. Not me.
No, a lot of men, especially the men that haven't are not educated, or maybe that did not reach where they wanted to go, or maybe I don't know, a man that did not really fully develop his career or his education. He becomes a like a pain on the ass. I'm telling you, like Duke
Mummy
said, no.
is a but what you are saying is something that is being applied by women who are older. Let us go to someone who's 30 years or 29 years who's making good money, a female
Right,
who's
right, right,
they won't they are not going to choose a man who's making less than them, if we are
right.
being honest, even in the West, if
And
we are being honest
Listen,
with
let me tell
ourselves.
you. I know. Let me
no,
tell you
But
Mike,
for a
now
Mike, let
fact.
wait,
him
I see.
finish.
I see it all day.
Mike, let him finish.
Mike, wait. What you are saying, those are the decisions that are being taken by people who are already old, who just want to be in love. But
Right,
for
I don't
people
right.
think
who are,
so,
Well,
though.
I
No, I
can
don't think
reaffirm.
so. Especially in America, like it depends on
it's not a
your
norm.
career choice. Like if
Is
I'm
it
in
Well,
is it a
IT,
norm? But
IT
what I'm
pays a
asking,
lot.
is it a norm? What you are saying, is it a norm? Do most women who are making money and they are in their
bullet.
late.
I can reaffirm with you. You are speaking the truth because most women at that age, 29, they hardly want to settle down, especially when they're making that money. Now they started
Every
studying.
woman wants to settle
They
down.
started.
Trust me. They may be lying to
I'm
29,
you.
talking about the women. Let me finish. I'm talking about the women that are making, if they are making that kind of amount of money, say two
They
hundred
want to
dollars,
settle down.
200.
Trust me.
If they are doctors, now
that is not true.
they started want to get settling down at the age of 40. If you see people like Oprah,
Nah.
That's
That's
people
people
not
not
like
true.
true.
That's not
people
true.
That's
like
not true,
these other.
Jude. You don't know
Jude,
women.
Jude, you're
Can I
confused, man.
finish?
Listen.
And when they settle down, maybe they might not even have kids, or they might just have one with someone and they divorce.
I don't know
I'm
what
telling you the
women you guys
reality.
are talking about.
No. Jude. Every woman wants to settle down from the day they were born. Trust
No,
me.
man. Most
No.
maybe you are talking about
What you can
Africa.
say. Listen.
I know a lot of
Wait,
women.
listen
Where
to
I can
him.
agree with you is that maybe they may be like still more picky when they're younger on who they want to settle with. As they get older, they begin less picky, right? Maybe you can make that argument. But if you're telling me that they don't want to settle at all because they feel
Well,
like they're still young or something like
okay,
that, that's not true.
No, not because they are
well,
still young,
there,
but because
well, a
they
lot of
feel like
them. He's
they
right
are still
though. A lot
searching
of
for the
them
right
don't want to
person,
settle
Mr.
down.
Right.
They don't want to.
No,
A
Okay.
I
woman
mean,
doesn't want to settle down knowing her
Are you
biological clock
serious?
is
they don't
ticking.
want to until later in life.
Like how
Okay.
When
old?
their biological
But
clock is
then it's
ticking,
too late for them to settle down. Do you
Mike.
understand
African
what I'm saying?
you don't know what you're talking about, man.
No, Mike,
So
you
you
don't
telling me that
No,
women
I'm
are,
being
you telling she's a
serious. Like
lady.
you
I'm
telling me
talking
there are
about
women
my
in the world
age
that don't
mate.
know that their menopause is around the corner?
Come on,
You-
man.
No,
Why did
that's what I'm
Why did
saying
Oprah not
though.
know?
Think about settling down when it's too late. They don't think about
Of
that
course.
no, the
in
one
the
I can
early age.
agree. No, no. It's just, okay, this is what I think. When women are like very young, from maybe when they're sexual maturity from let's say 16 to 24, I
That
think
have to
they
specify
are
African women.
they know what it is yeah they still think okay I'm
Mike,
sorry
you
to
are
say I don't
getting
want to get married
confused. We are
yet,
talking
but
about women
listen,
that are
it's in the
making
back of their
certain
mind.
amount of money at the age of 29. They hardly settle down. We are not talking about
It's because
24.
they can't find the guy. That's why, dude. So they, trust
Not
me,
because they can't find it, but
they
they
haven't
assume
found the
that they
guy.
are
Once they
making
find
more.
it,
No, there are
But
many people. There are
Mike,
many guys at that age that wants to. The women sees them, but the goes in their financial record. Is this guy
yeah,
making more?
yeah,
That's what they check first. Come
yeah.
on, man.
That's
Jude, let me
that's
tell you.
the
Let
And
me
when
tell
they
truth.
you.
get a certain age, they assume they can take everybody because their age is passing. And
So you
that's
agree
not the
with me that
reality.
it's not. So you agree with me that it's not that they don't want to settle. It's just being picky. That's what it is. They're being picky.
Yeah,
Right, but they are picking
but
for
it goes
financial
it
aims, not for
yeah, it goes back
Yeah.
to the
So you're
point of
making. Well, it means
finances.
that they're being
Mike,
picky.
but it goes back to the point of finances. They are picky
No,
because
no.
of they want men who are doing who earn more than them.
Let me
It
give you
goes
another.
back to the point of finances, and you don't want to accept. You
But
don't want
listen,
to accept it.
no. This is very subjective. Listen. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about women, right? When they want a man, they look at a list of things, right? You understand what I'm saying? They look at a list of things. Financial is part of it, and qualities, other qualities are part of it, like looks and character and the behavior of the. I mean, things about the guy. There's
It
so
depends
many
on her
factors there.
age.
Huh?
So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is it depends on her age. Younger women
No,
don't care.
from day one, from the day they are ready to the
No,
engaging man. From
no,
the day, listen, from the day she's ready to lose her virginity.
no. I don't think. Well,
What
maybe
the only
women
difference
in
is the
Africa,
least.
but
No,
women
no,
over
no.
here don't look
No.
for that.
American, let me learn. The only difference is the list, the length of the list. The younger they are, the longer the list. You understand? As they're getting older, the list start getting shorter. That's
Their
what it
scale
is.
of preference
No, no.
goes in
The
financial.
thing,
If the
wait,
money,
if you have a conversation with a 16-year-old girl, 18-year-old girl, like,
well, we are
who do
not
you want to
talking
marry
about
right now?
16, Mike. We
Wait,
are
wait,
talking
wait,
about a
wait.
woman that is making a certain amount of money. Why is
I'll
she
get
not
to your point, but if
settling
you allow
down?
me to, dude, chill, man.
Okay,
What I'm
go
saying
ahead.
is, the younger they are, the longer the list. Like an 18-year-old girl, if you ask her who do you want to marry right now, the description she's going to give you is tall, handsome, rich, everything. Like, that's what you picture at that moment. That's what you want at that moment to
I mean,
marry.
if she
You
doesn't have
understand?
money too,
Anything short of that, anything short of that, no, it's no. So yeah, I can understand why you guys think they don't want to marry. And then as she's getting older, she's like 24, 25, and then she's beginning to realize that, oh wow, this is not realistic. And she's getting more mature to understand that, oh, this whole list is not realistic, to be honest. A guy with all this, there's no way he would just be me alone, or for me to she's starting to realize that there are not even that many of them in the world. Like, to even find one like that. So she begins to understand that I need to cut down on the list. So girls are always ready. It's just the pickiness is what takes them longer
Mike, you
time
still
to.
don't understand. Do you know
But
that
a
most
guy, but
successful
listen now,
women?
but a guy,
Do you
but
wait?
versus
Do you know that most
therefore, and let
successful
me answer your
women
financial
tend
part.
to
Let me
have?
answer your financial. The financial part is bullcrap. I make women with wealth. They marry a guy that has nothing. I know a bunch of them.
That is
I've
rare.
seen a
That is
woman that
rare,
turned out
Mike.
the guy. Listen,
At
That
what
is
age?
not a
At what
norm.
age?
It
Let
is
me
not
get
a
that
That's
age.
norm.
At what
that's
age?
usually they settle for that after they try to find the
no,
man
even when
that
they're young, I've seen ladies that turn
It
on a
is not
guy
a
that
norm,
has
Mike.
money over a guy that doesn't have
Mike.
money because
It is
of,
not a norm. It's rare, Mike. It is not a
It's a
norm.
yep.
You are making
maybe in
something that is
Africa the
rare.
money thing is the big factor, but in the West it's not.
Mike,
Trust me.
we are
Mike,
talking
come
based in
on.
United States. It's a big factor. I live in the state. I've seen a lot of
No, it's
women,
not.
and
It's
even
not.
when they tend to settle down, look, they only tend to settle down at a certain age, and they normally have kids only when they probably turn 35, 36, only when they are getting older. You don't see
Let me
them
tell you why.
early.
Let me tell you what it is, Judy. Let me
Okay,
explain it to
why?
you.
Why?
The number one thing a woman wants in a guy is not money. Is the quality as far as the attributes or
no.
listen. It's not, man. It's
Mike,
not the number one thing. It's a lie. Forget it, man. If that's the case, all these rich guys, come on, man.
Are you talking about
Listen,
the average woman? Because the average woman doesn't care about any of that.
listen.
All they care about, maybe they'll care about
Africa, man, are
looks.
you telling me
Have you
that
seen these
you
hood
telling me that
guys, these
you will marry a rich
gangsters that have
psychopath?
multiple women?
come on. Kanye West was a
Listen,
psychopath. He
if
was
it's
rich.
about money, if it's about money, if
Kardashian married Kanye West, and he was a
What women
psychopath. What
care
are you
about
talking about?
is social status, whether the guy is respected by other men, whether it be good or bad. So that's why
good, exactly, and
gangsters
that's what
get
I'm
a lot of
saying.
women.
But I've seen a lot of
It,
women. I've seen a lot of women get married to psychopaths that are rich. Kanye West, for example. What are you talking about? Come on,
we
man.
can't call it psychopath. Can't call it psychopath though.
That's
I
why
mean, but
Of course.
among all
That's why
rappers, you got Kanye West got to be
wait
an
first,
angel.
Mike.
You
Mike,
can't
wait
say
first.
Kanye West is smart. He's a at least highly intelligent.
Hey,
Now,
he just bought this
Jada,
platform, right? Parlor. He bought this platform, Parlor.
no,
That's a social media platform.
the thing is, Mike is talking like this because he's in his maybe 40s or 50s. So we are experiencing different things from Mike, and he doesn't want to understand.
Mike is talking based on where he lives. There are women that doesn't want to. Did you see most
Listen,
successful black women?
it's only in Africa that every woman wants the
Mike.
rich man because
Don't you
they want
think
to
in
get out of
America,
poverty.
Mike?
They
Don't
want
you
to
think
get
in
the hell out of
America
poverty.
Mike.
That's where.
Mike, most successful black women in America don't get settled down. See people like Oprah Winfrey, these other ladies on social. What's her name? All these black American ladies, man.
You
They
guys
even
always
don't have.
refer to celebrities and all this crap, man. Come on, stop it, man. We're talking
But these
about
are
the
women
average
that they
human,
always.
average people, man.
Why?
You stop using, you start to stand all these
At what
people.
age
Mike,
did
turn
Beyonce? At
Mike,
what age did
Mike.
Beyonce
You
settle
guys
down?
like using
Do a
celebrity.
social experiment. Turn on Tinder. You will be shocked.
Listen,
Turn on
the number one
Tinder.
reason,
Look
the
at
number.
who is going to be going after you. It's disgusting.
Say it again.
These 50-year-old women are still dating. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
Exactly.
in
Women are
America,
still
because
dating.
this is what happened in America. This is what happened in America. Women, they really they want they that dating culture is so addictive. You understand now? So now they just want this quality of guy, and it's really not financial. To be really honest, it's not the number one thing. I'm telling you, because Most women I know, the thing is, most guys in America, most men, usually every woman want the alpha male in America. That's all, the alpha male. Now, most alpha male, they don't want to get, they're not really looking to get married. And when they do want to get married, they're going to cheat a lot. They're going to have multiple women and things like that. So it's only a few alpha male out there that's really more like so noble and humble that settle down. But most women usually, like, you have 10 women fighting for one guy. That's why most of them are single. And that's when they stay young. They stay on that list. Like, oh, my guys will be tall, handsome, and physically strong, and that's why they all want to date the dating culture. Like, everyone want to date the physically strong, the muscular guy, the sexy guys. That's what they do in America. That's what most of these women do. And they open that they will marry a guy like that. That's what they want to marry a guy like that. You understand? So as they get older, they begin to realize, hold on, maybe it's just, and they end up getting those kind of guys, but those guys don't marry them. They just keep them around, date them, and after a while, they realize he doesn't want to marry me, and and the guy, you get multiple women, So that's what the problem is in the West. The men really don't value marriage like that. Men in the West, in America, in the Western country, don't value marriage like that because many of them are even afraid of divorce and things like that because they will lose their wealth, they lose their property. But in Africa, men value marriage a lot. Not because, and one of the reasons why I value marriage, because in African culture, the legacy matters. Your children, your legacy, and we want to, your family is like, when your family are expecting you to get married, they're expecting you to bring grandchildren and bring more children to the family. So, but in the West, you're really on your own. Like, no family is really pressuring you to do anything. So if you really get married, you're only doing it for yourself. So most guys, most guys, their biological clock is not ticking, so they are not so thinking about marriage like that. You understand?
No.
They just want to party, have fun until they started like realize that, oh, what the hell is going on? I'm getting tired of partying.
But Mike, if you check women who are getting scammed by these guys who take money from women, it is older women. Younger women will not, even if they have money.
No, they scam younger women too. Trust me.
Nah, it's rare.
Not really.
Have you ever left South Africa at all? I don't think you've left your village at all, man. The way you talk,
I don't.
Mike,
I mean, the way he talks is like this guy doesn't. What is he talking about?
No, Mike. Do you see how many people are 65, 50 going to Ghana to get married?
Right.
Exactly. Okay. Do you know it's both the men and the women?
I have 3 children that went to
You're
Ghana,
making my point, African millennial. You're making my point.
No,
you're making my point.
No,
Mike, okay. Both the men and the women are all going to Africa to find a husband and wife because in the West, marriage is not serious. It's not like it's very difficult for a woman to find a guy that wants to get married. It's not in the culture. It's a cultural thing. It's not financial. Okay, you know what? You just make my point. If it's about financial.
Mike, listen. It is not 25-year-olds who have money who are going to Africa. It is women who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s who are going to Africa.
No, there are some young ones that are going to.
25-year-olds, 26-year-olds going to Africa.
Do you know why the young ones still have hope that they can find one here? That's why they're sticking here.
There are young ones going, but this is the thing: the young ones that are going already have children as well. You wouldn't find an African American who's like 25 or black moving to Africa without no child already. Unless
you see, when you have children now, it's a different situation because
it's a different situation.
When you have children,
but you will not see a single woman like young, like African American moving to just like now. Come on, man.
See, let me give you one example. Like I have like half of my cousins that live in America, and I got other half that live in Africa. Right, the ones in America, some of them are like, they didn't get married to like their late 30s and even early 40s. But the ones in Africa, by 25, 26, their grandmother, because they all live within, close proximity of the extended family. So the extended family are already pushing you. They're already bringing a girl for you to marry. They already, they pressure you to get married in Africa. You understand? But in the West, you're independent. No one is. You don't wake up even. You don't even get to talk to your mom because you go to work. Nobody have time for anybody. So there's nobody really pressuring you to go out and get married and things like that. So for men, guys, we don't really think about marriage like that. Especially when we get girlfriends, we can get girlfriends when girlfriends are available. So for a guy, he really doesn't see a lot of reason why he should get married right away. There's no pressure. So that's why a lot of these women that's why a lot of the girls can't find a guy to marry them. And a lot of the younger ones are still having hope that one day, they will find one. So they start getting older, and then they realize that in this Western world, it's hard to find a husband. Most of the men don't want to get married, dude. There's no pressure on them to get married. But the women, of course, they think about the menopause. They're gonna, they want to have their biological clock is ticking. And then when they begin to realize that, hold on now, I need a man, dude. That's when they start going to Africa and all these places. And you make my point. I told you it's not by financial, because if it's by financial, they won't be going to Africa. They'll be going to Europe.
There's a video on YouTube where successful black women, after finding their men of their choice and they couldn't find it, they went over and they were looking for homeless people where they can clean them up and take them home.
Now you're making my point. That's what I told you.
Right.
You see?
Right. But you know why? Because they want to control a man. And that was,
That's not true, man. It's not true.
I'm telling you, these were the reasons that there's that particular.
Stop listening to these guys, man. It's not true.
This was where the ladies came up. They said they want.
Okay, so what you are telling me?
They want to have the man by themselves. They want to this was things
that's
that
not true, man. Those things are a bunch of fallacies.
That the homeless man couldn't think for themselves, so they want to control him. Because if they get any man, the man can come over and take what they have. So since they have that money, they want to control him down. They want to tie him down. They want to make sure he doesn't go out and stuff like that just for satisfaction. And those were the leads that they give, man. So that's why
you guys are you're contradicting yourself, because you're arguing with me that the number one factor, the number one thing a woman looks for, get married for, is financial. What you look for in a man is financial status. And I was telling you guys that no, it's not true. So now you're actually proving my point, saying women with money are going to pick up a homeless guy. So you're making my point then. What's the argument
here? Homeless guy to get involved with him. It's not like they don't want.
So why didn't they go pick up a rich guy?
But it doesn't mean the man is going to control them. That's the thing. But if they get married to somebody that is less, they feel like that person might come in and control. They are picking somebody that has no sense, bro. That's what I'm saying. That has no clue of what they have. But if
what do you mean has no sense? Because it's homeless doesn't mean it doesn't have sense. Do you know the homeless guys?
The ladies were talking. I'm telling you what the ladies were saying. They don't just go and pick any kind
of. No, the homeless guy, he has street smart.
No, man, they are picking people that don't have no sense at all, who are homeless.
No, they don't pick. Women don't pick people that have no sense.
And they control.
Do you know the street guys are actually, they have more sense. Those guys are street.
I'm telling you, they may not be like, bro. I'm telling you what the women exclaim. This was what the women were saying.
Which women are you listening to, man? Are you going to listen to all these which rats or what? Where are you going to listen to women? What kind of women are you listening to, man? You got to listen to intelligent women. Stop going to all these dusty platforms and listen to some. What kind of woman would say something like that? You shouldn't be listening to a woman that will talk like that.
Bro, this is the thing. When women that have money, right, when they want to get settled down, they are looking for a man that makes more money, a man they can control, a man that they feel like they can do whatever they want. And those are the things that they look for. They are not going to pick any kind of man that can come over and control them who they think they are making more than him. I'm telling you that. That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't disagree that a woman doesn't want a man to be controlling her. Of course, I get that. I mean, no one should want someone to be controlling them. Even a man should. Why? This is what I do. I don't agree with people, right? When the thing is this. Because you're marrying someone or you're dating someone doesn't mean you're only person and we control. Why do you want to control somebody? Why do you want to control another human being? That's what I don't get. And all these men, they always say, listen, and all these men, they always listen. And all these men, they always say, I need a woman to be submissive. Why do you need someone to submit to you, man? Why can't you? What the hell? Why do you need someone to submit to you? You need a slave.
It says in the Bible, a woman should submit to a man.
And that's why. See, maybe that's why I'm glad I'm not a Christian. I'm glad because my African tradition doesn't tell me that a woman got to submit to me.
Come on,
my African religion. Listen, my African. See, I practice African religion. This is what
you're lying right now.
Mike,
I'm lying.
No, Mike, come on.
Come on,
are you
bro.
seriously
what do you mean?
asking me why a man doesn't want a woman to submit to him? Are you honestly
so you are against submission, Mike?
Why do you need another human being to submit to you?
Because she's your wife.
No. Okay, I don't. Maybe you're defining submission in a different term. What is submission? Like just submit to
submission is. Well, I don't even know.
You know, it's submit. Once you submit to another person, you're a slave.
No, not like that.
Submission
it means like somebody who's easy to work with. You know what I mean? Somebody who can you can maybe lead. Yeah, that's what.
And that's why most women, when they have money, they don't submit. They look for people that they don't want, they can control, and that's the
I've
thing.
never ever asked a woman to submit to me. I don't need you to submit to me, man.
Submission is not you
I
telling
just
the
need you
woman
to
to
listen,
submit.
listen,
Submission
listen,
comes
listen,
from the heart, bro. What are you talking about?
listen,
You don't tell
listen,
nobody
listen,
to submit.
listen. I look for a woman I can get along with. A personality
Mike, are
man.
you sure Nigerian? Usually Nigerians are the ones that want the most submissive women.
Those are foolish
Exactly.
guys, man. Those are foolish, lost people. They are not really African. See, that's colonial mentality. You know who brought us into the African man? It's the Arabs and the Europeans that brought us to mentality to African men. Because a real African man, does not tell us
No,
tell
I'm
us
a
what to
real
submit to
African
him.
man, bro, and I want my wife to submit. What are you talking about?
No, you're a Christian. You got it from the Bible, didn't you? You just mentioned the Bible because I asked you why. He said because the Bible says it.
Why? But it says in the Bible, like most women
Exactly.
should
So
submit.
was the African man who gave you the Bible? Was it not a white man? So he's a European and brainwashed you to be
Even in
thinking
my
like that, man.
culture, I grew up seeing my mom and my grandmother submitting to, to my grandparents. What are you
No,
talking
that's a
about?
different. Listen. For example, right? My woman, right? She likes to cook for me. She likes to like just treat me very nice, and uh, but that's not me telling her to do it. It's because she likes to do it,
But
right?
as you don't have to
But
tell
I
her.
will
That's why
say
I say
no. That's not me
submission.
forcing her or
Don't
telling
tell
her to
nobody to
do it.
submit.
I-
It
no,
comes
no,
with it.
no. No. If you're saying you're looking for a woman to treat you a certain way, right, that will treat you in a certain manner, you go find that woman that will do it, that is willing to do it, that wants to do it. You understand? But you don't say any woman that you get with must do something you want. No, that's not the way it works, man. So you tell her to do things out of her will. You understand? No,
My
you don't
point
do
that you
that.
don't get it is most women that have money, they hardly submit to men that make less, and
Well, what is
that's one of
this?
the things that cause divorce because they
Okay,
hardly submit to
Jude,
men
Jude,
that
Jude,
make.
Jude. They
Right.
explain to me what submission means, so that way I can understand what you mean.
Submission is
Because
being
sometimes people
humble,
use
man.
words
Like
to.
like humble, like taking care of things that they expect. Like that's what they have to do. Like turning you around like a houseboy. Like do the up and down, man. Like
No. That's
humble,
not.
man.
No. I ask you a simple
Like
question. You're
if a
telling me
woman
something
is
different.
making more, she don't want to tell the husband like, oh, okay, let's do one. Like you remember, like a lady can work and give you the money to hold like the husband and stuff like that.
Okay, so submission is she work and give you her money.
No,
That's what
I
your
didn't say
submission.
that, but those are things,
No,
man.
no,
You don't
no.
have to tell
Just
her.
make it simple, man. Give me a simple definition of submission so I can know what you mean.
I give you so many lines, man.
No,
Humble,
give me a simple. You don't even know
humble,
what you're defining. You don't even
bro,
know what the word
bro.
means. You guys just throw out words. You don't know what it means. Give me a
Submission
simple
comes,
definition of submission. Your
bro.
definition of submission.
Submission comes with being humble, being.
So you tell a woman, a humble woman, that's not submission. That's being humble. Go look for a humble
You
woman.
don't
That's
have to
it.
tell. You don't have to tell her there are certain necessities. There are certain things that the woman has to be doing, like
Like
taking care of
what?
things, like cook.
Like
Come on,
treat,
man.
like cook, clean, treat you
Right,
nicely, like talk to you
African men
Wait.
nicely, like
Cook
that
and
not
clean.
yell at you. You know what I
Wait. The
mean?
definition of
Huh?
wait. Okay, if your definition of submission is cook and clean, then
No,
go
not
look for a
just
woman that
that.
can cook and clean. It's simple as that.
No, but not just that. It's like she's humble, like she talks
Ah.
to you nicely, like she doesn't yell at you, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your definition is okay. Let's say okay. The definition is a woman that can cook, clean, and doesn't yell. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's submission. That has to do with personality and upbringing. Go find a girl that was taught how to cook, and a girl that has a personality of not yelling at somebody because we're all different. Like me, for example, my personality, I like to yell. My older brother is very quiet. He doesn't yell, right? So if a girl wants, let's say a woman say the definition of submission is a guy that doesn't yell. I don't say I yell at women, insult women and things like that, but I'm a kind of argumentative person. But that's my personality. So if a girl says she wants a guy that doesn't yell, I would say, listen, go for my brother. Don't come and force me to be your man and complain that I should not be yelling because I can't help it. That's my personality. So, Jude, if your definition of submission is a girl that doesn't yell and knows how to cook and clean, go and look for a girl that her mom taught her how to cook or she learned how to cook. Or even you can even find a girl that doesn't know how to cook and teach her how to cook or something. Take her to cooking school. Listen.
Mike,
Go look for a
submission.
girl
You don't
that
tell
can do it. But
tell
what
a
I will not
woman
tell
to
you to
submit.
do, what I will not tell you to do is go find a girl that doesn't know how to cook, that a personality, she's an outspoken person, and you want to force her to be who she's not
No,
in the name of
so the
submission.
official wait,
Mike,
hold on. The official definition of submission is the action or fact of accepting or yielding to superior force or to the will of authority of another person. So
Why would you want that?
you can argue the superior force part, but she will submit to your authority, basically.
Oh man, that's not fair, man. That's not
You
fair.
know, so
It's not fair. It's
Mike,
not fair. So
Mike, there is
so
nothing
she
that
has
is
no.
not fair.
It's not fair,
What are you
though.
talking about, Mike? It's not.
It's
What do you
not
mean it's not
fair.
fair?
It's not fair. That's a human being, dude. She has a life. You have your life. Listen. Let me tell you what we believe. Listen. This is what we believe in our tradition, like in our African destiny. Like every human being
No,
was
not in
born with
our
a.
tradition. In your tradition, bro. Because mine is different.
Okay. The real African belief, not the Muslim and the Christian one. The real African belief is that every man and every woman was born with their own unique destiny. Every human being comes to this world with their own destiny. So if a woman came to this world with her destiny, right? She came to this world to fulfill her destiny. I came to this world to fulfill my destiny. Why will I now like tell her to abandon what she came to this world to do, her destiny, her dreams and goals, and just be my slave? Like be be
no.
under me. That's what it is.
You
She
are
submit to me,
confusing,
to my
man.
will.
No,
No, it's
Mike.
nothing to do with being a slave.
It is. That's the
Right.
definition of slavery.
Oh,
What you that thing you
what?
gave me, you
Yes.
submit to my authority. What if my authority is contrary to what our destiny, what she came to this world to do? Like maybe let's say, for example, a passion is to become something that I'm not into. So why would I say because I'm your husband, I will not tell you that you can't do that because I don't like it? I'm different. I'm pretty much, depriving us of our destiny, of our dreams in life because I don't like it. Now we say because you're my wife, you must submit to my authority,
Mike,
and my
Mike,
authority.
Mike,
I
Mike,
wanna,
you are not.
I wanna tell you that you can't do that because I don't like it because I'm your husband. That's not good. That's a terrible way to think, man.
No, man, Mike, you are the one. You don't have to tell her to submit. Submission comes with. It comes. It is already in the. Like if you have a. See, this is the thing that I was talking about. Women that have women that have money. Those are the things that they are scared of getting married because they fear of submission, and that's
You need
what
to
is
change your
breaking a lot of
mentality,
homes.
dude.
No, I'm
Stop
not
looking
changing
for a
my
woman to
mentality,
worship you.
man.
Just go and find a woman you can get along with and marry her. It's simple as that. Stop all this submission
Look,
shit. That's why you guys are not married. You can't.
see,
You're looking for
Oh,
something to put in
dry.
your head. They brainwash you
Listen,
to believe a
that's
woman
not
has to
why.
be this and that. Just find someone you can get along with
Mike,
and get married to the person. Simple as that. Let her live her life. You live your life. Simple as that. Stop all these. You must be this.
Africa.
You must bow to me. You must cook for me. Stop all these things, man.
No, man.
What's wrong
Now
with
you are
bowing?
confusing between
What's wrong
vow
if
and
you want to
submission.
bow?
If she wants to
That's
do it,
not
that's beautiful.
slavery.
But if she wants to do it and you like it, that's beautiful. Or even if you like it, but it shouldn't be your command, your demand. You don't force someone to do it. If it's against her will, don't force her to
But
do it, man.
oh my goodness. Okay. I mean,
Mike, are you married?
Don't worry about my
Mike, are you
personal.
married?
Don't worry about my personal. I'm not going to tell you I'm married.
Okay, man. Look. Maybe I
I
hit
didn't
you
ask
on
you
the
if you're
bad
married.
side, man. But it's okay. Look, see, it's good for a woman to be submissive, and that's why you see a lot of homes. We live in the state. We know what is happening, right? You see a lot of African Americans, especially black women. They hardly get married because I've gone to a lot of their milieu, and they talk about Africans like their women to be submissive. They don't want to bring that things here. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk about 50-50 and stuff. So those are the things that once you don't have things in place that look straight up, it causes division at home.
Judy, let me tell you what those guys are trying to say. Let me tell you what they're trying to say. They don't know how to see. The problem with men is this. There's one thing they're trying to say, but they'll be saying something different. The complaint of these guys is that the women here, they're very rude, they're very arrogant and disrespectful, right? Same as the men. It's just the American thing. Everyone in America, in the Western culture, you're raised to be individual and be rude and be just nasty. Everybody's mean. I came to America, I became the mean guy too. It's just a culture here. So now, what they're complaining, instead of them to say, I don't want a woman that's mean and disrespectful and things like that. But what they will say is, I want a woman to be submissive. No, that's not what you're looking for. You just want a woman that's not mean, that's respectful. That's all. You understand? That's nice. That's positive. That's what they have to say. There are a lot of American women that were raised to be respectful, right? In the household, their parents taught them to be respectful to people,
No,
have good
man,
manners.
no.
Wait, let me
No.
land. Let me land.
What are you
It's what you're
talking
looking
about,
for.
man?
Listen. What they're looking for is a good woman, not a submissive woman. But what they will tell you, they will use the word submissive instead of saying a good woman. Even if a woman there's a bad woman, there's a wicked human being. Even if she starts submitting to you, it's still not going to last. The fact that she's a evil person, you're still going to run away from her. You understand? So the key word is not submission. What they're looking for is a good person. That's all. But they will come out and be using our word. Oh, I want a submissive woman. Come on, shut the hell up, man. That's not what you want, man. Not using all these stupid words, man. Come on. They don't know. You know.
Mike, get it for it's okay. It's okay. Let's not talk much.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should stop all these. Everybody just follow what they hear. People regurgitate what they hear because you hear a bunch of men saying, "Oh, submissive, submissive," and some people start using the same word, submissive,
No, man,
submissive.
but I
And
like
then
my
when you
women.
ask them, African American, it was funny. You know, I've asked about 20 different guys to define
Yeah.
that word submissive to me, and it's 20 different definitions. Some of them don't even know how to define it. They will say,
Come on,
They
I
don't even
just
know
told
what it
you what
means.
it was. Humble.
They just
African
use the
millennial.
word because they hear other men using it. You know, that's what it is, man.
African millennial. Will you submit to your mind? Yes or no?
Huh? Will I
Will you
submit to a man? Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I already
So
submit to my father, so.
what if
Okay.
his definition African? What if his definition of submission means is opposite of what you think the
Why are
submission
you
is?
asking me that?
What?
It's true. Okay, if a man is okay,
Well, it's easier for someone like I to submit because that's already my personality. So it's not. It doesn't
okay, I
take
got a
much.
question. Would you?
Uh-huh.
Would you? Okay, would you? If a guy, okay, let's say my definition of submission. Let's say I want a submissive woman, right? And my definition of submissive is every morning you wake up, right?
Uh-huh.
You come and bake me, right? Right?
Man, that's submission,
No,
What's
bro.
that? What's that? Is that?
or
No,
you no, okay.
that's
Let me use a
no,
simple one. That's too
no,
extreme. That's
stop.
extreme. That's extreme.
That's
Let's
a
say
stream, man.
no,
What you talking about?
wait. Let's say let me use a simple one. Let me not use a ridiculous one.
Yeah.
Let me say every morning you wake up.
Every
Mm-hmm.
morning, maybe she's serving you
Every
breakfast.
morning.
You
Wait, you
know,
make breakfast
for the children.
every morning, no matter what. You must do that no matter what. You must put everything as secondary. You must
No,
make my
not must.
breakfast.
It's not forced.
Wait,
You are
let Mike
mistaking
finish.
for
Let
force
Mike
and
finish.
But
come on, man.
I'm the one giving my definition. You're gonna define it for me, or come on, let me do my own definition. Come on.
But
Oh, you want to
Let
help
him
me
talk.
define
Let him
my
talk.
definition of submission? You want to do it for
submission
me?
is
Come
not
on.
forcing.
What
You
are
are
you
not
doing, Jude?
forcing. No, when you force somebody, that's force. That's against
Jude,
submission. Submission doesn't come with
Let
forcing.
him finish. Let him finish. I want him to ask the
let's
question.
say
Yeah.
let's say my definition of submission. Let's say I'm a ridiculous guy, right?
Okay.
And I'm saying, oh, I want a submissive woman. And when I'm thinking in my mind, that submission is a woman that wake up every morning. The first thing she must do, she
Uh-huh.
go make breakfast for me. And she doesn't do it, and she's not being submissive. She must wake down every morning. She must go make that breakfast. She must uh make my breakfast, make my dinner every day, wash my car, right? No matter
Okay.
what, even if she has a job, it doesn't matter. You must do it. If that's my definition of submission, would you still do it?
I mean, well, that's what if she wants to do it? That's not submission,
Huh?
don't you think?
If what?
What if she wants to do that?
No, I'm not saying she. I'm saying you. Would you? I know you definitely. Would you get with that guy that
Maybe not the car, but the breakfast, probably.
every morning
Yeah.
for the rest of your life?
Yes. I mean, my
Well,
dad doesn't
What you mean
cook,
rest of our life?
so
That's a husband.
my dad doesn't cook, so where do you think I would get other ideas from?
so if he gets to the no, I don't believe your mom cook breakfast every day like that. No, I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no, no. Believe it. Please actually believe it.
Okay, in Africa, okay, do you have a job?
Do I have a job?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Having a
Yes.
job
I'm
doesn't mean
saying
you still
you got to
cannot
go to
submit.
work. I mean, you live in Canada, so I don't think you can be a housewife over there. It's not possible because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible either.
Exactly. You have a career. You have to wake up to go to work. You have to go to work. I'm not talking about a rich man that's
So
married to
What
you
you
that you
wake
don't
up
have to work.
earlier to cook. Duh.
Hmm?
You wake up earlier to cook. Duh.
African millionaires, just get the hell out of here, man. I know what you're doing. You're just trying to be. We
I
know you
wake
won't
up
do it. We
early.
just know you
I
won't do it.
wake up
Stop. Stop it.
5, 6, 7.
We
It's not a
know there's no
problem.
woman in America
Mike, she's not
or Western world that can do that. It's not possible.
Mike,
Unless
come on, Mike.
do you understand how
Mike.
some
You're
women
talking
are
about
raised
women.
by their African dads? Like,
it's not about how you're raised or whether you want to do it or not. You cannot do it because even if you desire to do it, you can't do it because
oh
you have to
gosh.
wake up to go to work every day. You have to like wake up early to get to work. You can't be lazy. That's American. That's a hustle in the Western world. It's a hustle in the
But that's
Western world. You
why.
have a career.
But
You can't even if you want to even if you choose to do it, you're
So
not going to do it every day.
wait, so you're saying it's not possible to wake up early to cook
It's possible to do it, but it's
breakfast?
not possible to do it every day for the
How
rest
do
of
you
your
know
life. It's
that?
not possible.
but that's why you schedule your time. You already know you're cooking. You cook and put stuff away. Put it in the refrigerator. You make your tasks, man. There's to-do list. You put your list all together and say, okay, I'm doing this week. I'm doing. You know, you create your list, man. Divide what you want to do this week. You cook your food. You divide your work, and that's how things go simple.
But
You don't have to
Mike, the
every
average
day.
person, right? The average person doesn't even ask their wife to cook every day. So what's your argument?
Say it again.
The average person will not ask their wife to cook breakfast every day. What's your
No.
argument?
The main reason why I said that is because I told you. I said like all these guys using that word. I want a submissive woman. Every time I ask them to define the word submissive, they give me all 20 different definitions. So what I'm saying is these guys are just using that word. They don't know. They don't really don't know. They don't know. There's no one definition or one specific definition for it.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
just regurgitating what
that's
they're
true.
hearing. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, but ultimately, the word submissive is basically just want a woman to do as you will, as you wish. Like it must be, I mean, and to me, I don't think so. I don't think what you can do is, to me, what they want really, their desire is not really. It doesn't really mean submission. Really, what they want is a woman that they can work that has these attributes or qualities. Right. That's what they want. But that thing doesn't. It doesn't. It's not submission. It's just who the person is. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I say if I want a woman that knows how to cook, that can cook like for my kids and cook for the family. It's not me looking for a submissive woman. I'm just looking for a woman that knows how to cook and do these things, right? If I'm looking for a woman that's nice, that doesn't talk back or insult, that has a gentle personality, that's not me looking for a submissive woman. It's just me looking for a woman with that personality. You understand? That's all it is. It's not a submissive woman. It's a woman that has that personality. But what I'm not gonna do is having desire to have a woman that is quiet, that doesn't talk, that doesn't have an anger issue, and then I go find a woman that's the opposite and begin to tell her that, hey, you must be this person. You get what I'm saying? And then trying to force her to be which she's not. Be this quiet woman that doesn't talk. When I know her personality, she's a very outspoken person.
See, Mike,
You can change
you are
someone's
confusing.
personality because for your own. So I mean, it's just men are
See,
not thinking. That's the problem. You guys are not.
you are
Not thinking.
confusing between you think submission means forcing someone to do something. A submissive means doing it out of your own will. That's what submission is.
That's not submission. No,
You are
that's not
doing it
submission.
out of your own.
She
You are
just read the
not doing it
definition to you.
because you don't have to force someone to submit.
She read it to you.
Right, but you don't have to force someone to submit. That's the thing. You are not forcing no one to submit. Submission is it's already there. If you want to use it, you use it. If you don't want to, then it's on you.
Listen, there's no human being in this world, but by their nature, that's willing to submit to another human being.
Who says that?
It's a fact. That's the way
No,
nature
it's
designed
not a
every
fact.
creature.
A fact is something that
That's the
goes for
way
everybody.
nature. That's the way
No, a
nature
fact is something that is
designed
acceptable by everybody. That's not a fact.
Let me ask you a question. What is the first law of nature? Do you know what the first law of nature is?
No, what is
You
it?
don't know? Okay, look it up. It's called self-preservation. That's the first law of nature. Self-preservation.
Right. So
Every human being is born to only submit to themselves. Now, what people can do is they can care for others. You understand? They can have the desire to want to do for others and things like that. You understand?
Wait, hold on. So the things mothers do for their children, what's that?
That's not submission though. That's nurturing.
Come on, Mike.
Okay,
Come
all
on,
right.
Mike.
That's nature. That's nurturing. And that's what I'm saying. That's nurturing. And it's a responsibility, you know. And mothers, every mother is not the same. Some mothers are more, you know, nurturing than others, you know. So it's nature. That's where nature design everybody, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like people people have different personality and different traits. So what you can do is whatever your traits that you desire, right? You go look for that traits. Like that trait that you want in a woman, you go find a woman with the traits. Well, you don't go around and start forcing every woman to possess the trait that you want in them. If they don't have it, they don't have it. And they'll start hating on women because some men will go make, people I can't stand. You know, the people I can't stand the most. That's why I hate all this gender war is going, all this stupid shit. Those guys are just annoying. That's what they just sound foolish. You know what they will do, right? They will go meet a girl. They possess the opposite what they're looking for in a woman. And they will make conscious decision to get in a relationship with a girl or a guy or a girl too. They will see a guy that possess complete opposite what they want in the quality that they want in a person, and they'll get in a relationship. And then when the relationship goes bad, it goes terrible. Oh, they got problem with women. Oh, they got problem with men. Now it's gender war. Oh, women are this, men are this. Oh, dude, did anybody put a gun on your head to go date that person? Did anybody put a gun on your head to go get a relationship with a person that you got a relationship with that went south? They went bad.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Um, yeah, I agree with you on that. Most women in America are not gonna act like that. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so so what's all these complaints? If you want a particular trait, go find what you want and get with the person. Don't go around complaining, crying, man. Trying to force every woman to be to mold. You trying to mold every woman to be where you want them to be molded. The man that created them, God, they created people. Know why he created anyway, created them. Leave them alone. If you have a problem with the way someone is created, go ask God. Take the issue with God. That's why I told my this chick I was with, man. Like this chick wanted to mold me to be who I'm not, man. Like I'm like, yo, I'm like, listen, man. She literally want to mold me. Like some people, man. Like I was younger. I learned my lesson. I'm like, you know what? From now on, after that, I said to myself, I will let a woman know who I am and everything about me before I even,
Yeah.
before I let her, get into anything. Because so that way, like, hey, listen, man. This is me right here. This is what I like to do. This is my personality. This is my. If you cannot put up with this, just no. We can't be together. Go find someone that can, that's fit that. Yeah, like I mean, come on. Like me, what I did, I studied who she was. I liked everything about her.
Yeah.
I put up with everything about her, but she wasn't able to put up with everything about me. I mean, some things about me, but she liked me and everything. But certain things I do that she just couldn't put up with. The fact that I go play soccer every day, I'm going every evening to go play. She didn't like that. Like, what the heck, And the fact that there's certain things I do, she just didn't like. And I'm like, yo, I took
Mm-hmm.
my time to study you before I got with you, but you didn't take your time to study me to know things, so it's your fault, man. I'm like, yo, it's not gonna work out, man. It's just not gonna work out because obviously you can't accept certain things about me. So, so it's not my fault. It's our fault. I did my part. You didn't do your part. So
I mean, that sounds very personal, but I get what you're saying. Um, check the personality before you talk to the person. I understand. I understand.
I mean, that it's so simple. I don't know why people complicate things, man. I mean, damn.
I mean, I'm not giving any advice on dating, but I would just recommend that people be friends with somebody before they commit
They don't do
themselves
that.
to.
Unfortunately, that's the problem. Like
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
don't do that, especially in America. In America here, right? This is what this is what
Yes,
this is what they do.
I've noticed that the women there they just as soon as they like you, like they're with you, and I'm just like, how do you guys do that?
right away, right away. I literally,
No, no,
I
no,
see
no,
people
no,
that
no.
get, dude. I will see in America here. There's something that's so ridiculous. Like I see people that literally had like about 6 different relationships within the span of 2 months.
Oh, that's
I'm
disgusting.
telling you, man. In the span of two
No,
months,
no, no, no. Women?
and and
That's
they
not
blame.
disgusting.
And
That
guess
happens
what?
all the
All the
time.
relationship, the fact that didn't work out, they blame the gender, the opposite gender for it.
Oh, wow.
I used to
Wow,
live.
wow.
When I was in Maryland. That's how it happens all the time. Things like that. Come on, even in
They
the
jump
space
in
of
and out
like,
of relationship. That's what they do, dating. I mean, like people
No.
literally in America, like in Africa at least, like you like people interact. You know what I'm saying? Like in the community, people interact. Everybody talk. People interact. So you before when you see a girl, you already have idea who she is. Like just from even from like just interacting with people that know the person or just people interact. So in Africa, for example, if you go to a neighborhood or a community, see a girl, you can literally just ask people about her, and they can tell you that, oh, this is who she is, this is how she is, this is that and that and that. You can have a clue, like just before even
Yeah.
talking to her, you can get a whole lot of information. When America, people don't talk, people don't know each other, dude. Like literally, people don't they don't greet each other. They don't even like that is that individual in listed culture that you literally cannot go tell somebody like who's that person. The only thing they can tell is, oh, that one slept with her before, that guy slept with her before. That's it. But they're not gonna they can't tell you that, oh, this is her personality or this
Mm-mm.
his personality.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, and the only way, like literally when people meet is to get to know each other, maybe they can be friends. But they don't do that. So rather than saying, "Hey, Lou, I just met you, or we just met, or let's just be friends for a while. Let me meet your family. Meet my family. Let's tell me about yourself. Let's get to know each other and things like that." But that's the
Oh,
only
so
way.
you're
They don't do
telling
that.
me that as soon as they meet somebody, they do that sleeping around thing, and then the feelings are involved. That's that's how they do it there.
That's how they do it, man. They just wanna get laid. They
Oh,
don't.
that's disgusting.
That's how it is, man.
Why is it disgusting though? Why you keep saying it's disgusting? I mean, that's the culture over here. I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So why they doing gender war? It's the culture. Just accept it. That's the culture. That's the way of life. So what's the gender war about?
I mean, what you find disgusting over here, and that's what they find disgusting, especially when it comes to polygamy. Have you heard how they say polygamy is disgusting?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, But I've mostly seen that with Black American women. In African American, they have their husband at home, but they go out and cheat. But with Black American society, like in the space of 6 months, man, you could actually see a lady like, I mean, this is the thing, right? Especially most women that have children, they do that because of child support. They end around having kids with 5 different men, and they just divorce because they could actually make more money in
You,
child
you, you
support
know
than
you
what their
Jude,
husband
Jude,
make.
Jude, you know what's not fair, right? What's not fair when people talk is that, especially when I go on YouTube, is that attributes they only say the Black American women, but it's actually the American women, dude. It's American thing.
You're right. I
The,
mean,
the
yeah.
Spanish women do. White women are probably the worst. They all do it. The white women are worse to the white men. Dude,
Right.
this other race of women are even worse to their own men than the
But
black
but do
women
you
are to the black men. I'm telling you for a fact
but
because
do you know that most women make money out of child support more than what if they could get married with a single man they would be making?
I mean,
Because
yeah, all the women do it, but the thing is, this is where I think when I go on the internet, what my issue with the black men in America is this: they're the only one that actually put out the negative thing about their like the women.
Yeah.
Like the white men don't do it. I literally have dude. I've been around white guys, dude. I seen what the women do to them, dude. Like literally, this I seen a white girl that literally purposely was marrying these white guys and divorcing them every like 6 months just to take their wealth, just robbing them. I'm telling you, dude. She was literally robbing them. I've seen Hispanic girls like it's the American thing, but those men, for some reason, they just don't go hair it out. They just don't go on the internet to go hair it out or just go spit it out and present their women, But the black men are the one that just going out to hair out the black, expose the black American women. And to me, I find it very sad that everybody just think that it's just the black American women that are doing certain things. And then on the flip side, there's some black American women that are just complete opposite of that. They don't do those things. Same with other race of women, they're just complete opposite. But what I just hate the most is the black men, the blacks. I don't know why they just like to air out their negativity. Even the so-called um the certain behavior, bad behavior, they're the only one that go make music about it. Like there's some white communities where it's really drugs and gangs and things like that. But the white people will never hear it out. They will never go make music about it or go like put it out, put that negativity out there in the world. But the blacks, they're the one that will just they will spit it out. Everybody like, oh, really? That's what you guys are all about? Look at these guys making gangster music. I'm like, dude, why would you be rapping about killing, killing, killing? Everybody would think we all killers, man. They would think every black person is a killer. You know? I mean, like, come on. Oh, I'm just talking about what's going on in my neighborhood. Dude, there's some white neighborhood where they shoot each other, dude. They don't go make song about it and share with the whole society, like, oh, we kill each other over here. You know, so I don't know. There's something about blacks. I don't know, man. They you know.
You calling them that?
And that's what we complain about. We the black immigrants. We're like, dude, why do you guys have to put out all the negativity and then everybody think we're all fucking crazy, dude? You know, do you know how frustrating it is to be black in America? Like everywhere you go, people think you're a gangster. Like
what?
Because these guys will make this gangster music all every time they just put it on the airways. The whole country is listening to it, and there's some communities where that is all whites. Like in America, right? There's some states you go to, there's all white people, right? That you don't see blacks, right? We're a minority. Blacks are minority. So
Yeah,
whenever
I live in Utah, so I can
yeah,
tell.
yeah, yeah. You notice like when you travel to those places, when they see you, they start reaching for their guns. They think, oh, you
No, but it's more safer. It's more safer in Utah, though. Especially that this is why. Look, especially most Africans, man, when they live in the state, they tend to. It's bad. I feel like most white states are more safer than most state like eastern state like Maryland, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, all these places because where there are a lot of blacks, man, there's always confusion that goes around, and especially Democrat state is another thing. Most
yeah, the
Democrat state,
Democrats are terrible, man.
yeah, all these California,
Oh,
Chicago, all these places, these are all Democrat states. So it's a lot of violence going on in these states.
my,
So
my
yeah,
mom, my mom, she literally became a Republican after after visiting.
yeah, man. Because okay, take for instance, most
When
of
she
these
went to
Democrats,
Maryland, she went to all these Democrat states. She ran back to
right,
Texas.
man,
She said, "Man, I'm a Republican
high
now."
crime rate, poverty. This is where all the killings is happening at in all these blue states. So
Blue
Those
you
are the
states, man.
places to have more fun. Those are the places that people who are not Americans go there and look around and say, "This is America. I've arrived." I remember I went to New York. That was the worst decision of my life.
Oh, New York is a Democrat state.
Yeah, it was horrible. The things I saw in New York, I was like, this cannot be America. Like I was just like so shocked. Then
And guess
I visited well, I didn't like stay there for a long time, but I visited Texas because they were like, "Oh, there's so many African here," and
yeah,
I
but Texas
I
is
couldn't tell they were
Republican though.
Africans, huh?
Texas is Republican.
So
Yeah, Texas
Texas is
Republican, but what you have is you.
conservative.
Hmm?
So Texas is not like crazy like that then.
No, no. What it is in this Republican state, you will find like maybe a city within that state or environment where
Yep.
the mayor is Democrat.
Ah, yeah.
And then once the Democrat run the environment the Democrats are running, they messed it up, man. Like
They mess it up, man. Poverty,
they,
Section 8. Another one is Section 8. Hi, man. Come on.
they will just be doing this welfare, calling
All
defunding
right.
police.
Wait, yeah, so I'll be closing the panel. If anyone wants to stay back and chat, they can do that. But I think we got to the topic. So, Bullet, did you have anything to say? No? All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful day.
Nah,